Hello, everybody. Welcome to the you can't see my face because the screen brightness is down. Monday sound stream. We have there is Kamen Rider Blu-ray news. We will get to that as probably like the first news topic because everybody seems like what news, and I'm like, yeah, only found out thanks to the Discord server. So you haven't joined our Discord server where people drop all kinds of info about stuff. Like a lot of these news topics come sourced from the Discord. So check out the Discord if you haven't. It's a great time. So
Remember to leave a like on the stream.
yes, please leave a like. I already saw Spin Dash calling out for that earlier. The like. So for everyone to know, YouTube will recommend the stream to more people if there's more likes on it than just people watching it. So we really appreciate you hitting the like button because that really helps us get the stream out to more viewers. So very much appreciate that a whole lot. Now, before we get too far ahead on things, we need to introduce who's here. Of course, it's me, Soundout, face of the channel guy. That's Puchita. That's Puchita, our mascot. He's now on the taller version of the Weeb Tower. He's now going to be available in all stream views here, which is wonderful. He is our mascot, but of course, we've got the awesome graphic designer for the channel, DarkClaw643.
Remember, everybody, there are three things in the world that must be taken seriously: promise, love, and I forgot the third thing.
That's what usually happens. But of course, we have a third person in our chat, which is the impeccable Fighter Kaus.
Speaking of third things, I may be ugly and hate-filled, but what was that third thing you called me?
Impeccable. I think impeccable is is the nickname of the week. I think nicknames of the week. I'm gonna start giving you guys new titles every week.
We just have a pile of name badges then.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, I'm glad to see the like button going up. Appreciate you guys hitting that like button.
Might as well tell them that Zophie joke I made because I already forget.
Oh
yeah. Fighter Kaus earlier was like, Ultraman Zophie sounds like a flavor of ice cream. And
Ultraman Sophie.
I don't disagree because it does sound like some really good ice cream.
Rosso and Blue also sound like ice cream flavors.
That's true. Yeah. Also, like Rosso and Blue, but then you switch up the element, and it's like changing the toppings on the ice cream. Before we get too far in, let's do a roll call. Everybody who has shown up in our live chat so far.
Welcome, Tokupunk, Zeltrack, Soulman, Spin Dash, JoJo Star, Toku Texas Cosplay, SSJ4 Jason, Jamie's World, Common JoJo, Jeremy Carr, Kai Nishimaru, Jadon the Fox, Hayden Review, Dr. Grid, and Weird Caswell.
Welcome everybody. Also,
Makeshift Studios and Alex Ashbourne.
Welcome everybody. Glad you're all here. Let's see. Let me see if there's any quick comments early before we get to the news. Let me just kind of
welcome, Master Radiance and Jesse Medei, and Con Digiverse here, and Salvo.
Con Digiverse back. It's always funny when it's when it's a character from fiction. That's my doorbell going off. It's
one day I need to buy you for Christmas like a soundboard stream deck so you can just play random sound effects.
We do need to do that. We need to get YouTube approved things.
Speaking of YouTube approved, speaking of YouTube approved things, shall we mention what opened last week for the channel?
I hope somebody in my house gets the doorbell. It keeps going off. Anyways, first things first, everybody. Let's talk about last week's videos, and this screen will look a little different for different people. Last week we put up it was Big Bad Toy Store unboxing. It was a fun time, and then there was the Digimon viewing guide, the long-awaited Digimon viewing guide, which is pretty nice to see because I don't know why I said this pretty nice to see. I made it, but I was happy to do it, and I was really proud of myself. I was like, it's got to be 45 minutes or shorter. It's 44:30. So I hope you really enjoyed that, because I really had a great time watching or making that video. And then you're noticing this Raiders of the Lost Ark exclusive video, which is, the next indie video. If you're a YouTube member, which currently I believe, let's not play the video. Let's not play the video right now, YouTube. If you are a YouTube member, which you can join below, if you're on the $3 tier or higher, you can get early access to certain videos. And this is one of them. It will be available to everybody later. But if you join on the YouTube memberships, you can watch it right now. So that is YouTube membership shilling for the day. It is officially live. Currently, I think we've got one member, which is Infinity War-Torn. So very much big shout out to Infinity War-Torn on that.
If you're curious, what are the tiers? We have Sound Squadron Rookie for $1 a month.
Yep.
We have Sound Squadron Commander for $3 a month, and Sound Squadron Captain for $5 a month. If you're a membership, you have special emojis you can use in the chat. And if you want to use those,
plus special badges depending on how long you've been a member.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be more member-only things coming up, like member-only live streams. But for those wondering, there won't be any. There's currently no plan to make member-only videos, because I do want to share videos with everybody. So, but there will be early access, like this indie video, which you can only see if you're a member currently. But it will be available later. I haven't decided when yet.
If you're curious what are in the tiers, for $1, you get not only the emojis, but you also get Name the Crits, member-only polls, and special Discord role every part of our Discord protocol. For $2 you get early access to select videos that I mentioned. You also get member-only live streams and member shoutouts. And for $5, you have shout out every video and connecting on social media.
Yep. So we got all kinds of cool stuff going on with that. Let's see. There was so I saw a couple of comments in the chat about the Digimon video, and I wanted to follow up on that because I had a good time with that. So Spin Dash says the Digimon video came out great. Thank you very much. And JoJo Star said
Also, Jamie Carr mentioned 44 reviewers and only 18 likes, people.
Yeah, hit the like button, please. Takes 2 seconds, and I appreciate it. JoJo Star says, your recent video guy got me wanting to watch Digimon Some Starting Adventure the day tomorrow. I'm happy to hear that, because it's the whole reason I make these viewing guides. Because with these franchises that run too long, it can be very daunting if you're looking at it like, where do I start? Should I start at the beginning? Should I jump here? Or just in general, how many different shows are there? How big of a commitment is this? And so I like boiling that stuff down and making it very simple. And I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Now, Jamie's World mentioned is the Digimon 02 dub movie getting international released outside the U.S.
They did confirm, yes.
Yes, there will be more showings. Currently, Australia and New Zealand are getting it next, I believe. And then there'll be more after that, which will be good. But I haven't heard anything about the UK specifically yet, but I hope it'll happen at some point. Toyota Tacoma mentioned new Star Trek Blu-ray news. Lower Deck Season 4 is available for pre-order on Amazon, and Mark Altman says Paramount shopping around a DS9 restoration. I hadn't heard about that directly, but that is really good news that they are like, let's shop it around to have somebody else go restore DS9, because DS9 and Voyager deserve an HD remaster, and if it's done in-house at Paramount or by a really competent third party, then I don't really care who does it. I just want it to happen, and as long as it's good. So there is that. Anyways, before so Slowbo mentioned, would you ever do a Transformers viewing guide? It's on the list, but I gotta admit that that's one of the ones I'm pushing off further, because Transformers is so layered and there's so much media for it. It's going to take a lot.
Would that just be shows, or would it be shows or other, like the comics? And
I would have to do comics separate with that one. With Power Rangers, the reason why I combined the comics in with Power Rangers was because Power Rangers is very straightforward. So it's just like, fill out the video by adding the comics. Welcome,
with Transformers, with Transformers you have
multiple
continuities.
American shows, the Japanese shows, the movies, the comic books from 5 different publishers, the mangas. There's like so much to it. It would be really tricky to boil it all down. But it's doable.
You had to mention like, in Japan the 86 movie they come out right away. So G3 is a time jump to 2010, so that caused the Japanese continuity to be a separate continuity because of time difference and all that stuff.
Jamie's World says, what about Kamen Rider Viewing Guide as well as Sentai Viewing Guide? A Sentai Viewing Guide is coming in the future. Look for it like around the premiere of the next Sentai. These videos do good when they have the boost of new media, because excuse me.
Search terms.
Because of the Digimon 02 movie, it's the Digimon Viewing Guide is showing up in the search terms more. And the Kamen Rider Viewing Guide was uploaded 5 months ago when Shin Kamen Rider came out. So I have already done one of those.
Same with Shin Ultraman.
And same with Shin Ultraman, yeah. So we got Ultraman, we got Kamen Rider already taken care of. Garo and Sentai will come next year. There also were shorts last week. I forgot what they were. Oh yeah, a Halloween promotion and a Radiant Black review. Because
sponsored by
the Massiveverse for sending me comics. Okay, so we are officially in news time, no longer intro time. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, but the Ultraman guide, yeah, that's right. We did it around Blazar, not we didn't do it around Shin Ultraman. We did it around Blazar.
I thought it came out around the time. I thought it came out during the time of Shin Ultraman's US.
No, that was back in January. I did the Ultraman one back in July. I remember now. I was like making sure it was for Blazar. How about for the Big G? Soulman asks. Maybe next year if Godzilla Kong the New Empire actually comes out on time.
There's also -1. There's also -1 next month.
It's true, but here's the thing, and it's no offense to -1. It's not going to get the same attention that Godzilla Kong New Empire will. Because I'm excited to see -1.
One has a monkey in it.
One has a monkey in it, and here's the thing. Even though -1 is getting a wide release, I don't think it's going to get as much attention by the casual viewer as Godzilla Kong New Empire will. Because it's a Japanese film versus a Western film. So, there's that. JoJo Star, imagine if Soundout did a Sailor Moon viewing guide. I'm only half joking. Look for future opportunities to force me to do something like that. That's all I'll say on that. Currently, viewing guides are based on stuff I know and love.
once Santa reads all of One Piece, he'll do the One Piece viewing guide.
I don't even know. I can't. I don't even know if I could do a Naruto viewing guide at this rate. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
If people ask you, people would just ask, which movies are canon? Should I skip this filler or not?
Yeah, I don't want. My brain's already going crazy. Let's see. Welcome, Red Ranger Christian. Jeremy Carr says Lupin viewing guide. That could be something. Jamie's World. What Digimon?
That might be actually really useful because I think some people might.
There is so much Lupin in it, but it's pretty easy to boil it down, which would be nice. Let's see. So, Tokupunk says, "Will you do a Soundout viewing guide?"
Are you the mandatory video? You must watch the Smarties video.
I might,
and then the Kamen Rider Stinger video.
maybe that it's like the iconic Soundout moments. DBZ viewing guide. I don't know if I will do a Dragon Ball viewing guide because there are a ton of videos like that already. I'd have to sort through them and decide if they're all bad and I need to do it better.
The joke is it's a Soundout viewing guide, but it's Kaus hosting the video.
Basically,
that Kaus has more Dragon Ball knowledge than me. Detective Conan viewing guide. Glad to hear you pre-ordered the Ultraman X figure, Toma. I'm just trying to look for Zero guy. Start reading One Piece. When do they stop calling Zoro Zolo? Never.
Never.
Funny story.
In the manga, specifically.
Funny story. Originally, they did translate it as Zoro because if you somehow can get your hands on old Shonen Jump magazine, like the Western version, because I have a bunch of them.
Yep.
Yeah, they actually use Zoro.
I can corroborate.
And then the 4Kids dub happened, and they switched to Zolo, and then that's how it stays forever. I flipped all the way through volume 90 to double check. They decided, this is how it's going to be, and that's how they kept it. Right, Kaus?
Yep. Like I said, I could corroborate because I also have some of those old Shonen Jumps where it said Zoro.
Yeah. There's a few other changes, too. Like, when Princess Vivi first showed up, they called her Princess Nefeltari. All the time. They didn't call her Vivi at all. And I think they realized they were having, a lettering spacing issue, too, I could tell. They're like, just call her Vivi. like just to make it easier.
I mean, it's similar to how in the big translation of Dragon Ball they translate actually technically translate Vegito technically correctly by calling him Vegeta Rot because
Yeah.
Well, they called it. I was just talking with Wheels about that last night.
Mm.
because technically
Friggin' Vegerot.
because technically
Is-
Vegito is Vegeta and Kakarot's name, but
Kakarot. Yep.
but in Japanese Vegeta says Kakaroto.
Kakaroto.
So that's why
Yeah.
I said. But technically, you want to get accurate, it should be Vegeta Rot.
Yeah.
Technically, but this
All
sounds
right.
weird.
To
But
go
it
with a
doesn't
couple more
roll off
viewing guide
the tongue.
things, I haven't ever. I've watched Beyblade, but it's been a long time. I don't remember
Oh,
anything about it.
TMT
Precure, I've never
could be-
seen.
That
GI
one,
Joe, possible.
Lucha scene.
Garo
TMT
is
could be-
happening. Gridman, maybe.
Gridman is not hard. Gridman's
yeah,
not hard. People.
Universal Century, Gundam. It would just be a whole Gundam viewing guide if we did that.
And that'll be an hour, 2 hour.
I might have to
video.
split it. Yu-Gi-Oh viewing guide, maybe. Sonic, possible.
Oh, that's just me.
Yeah.
I'll just do that video.
Cardcaptor Sakura, Inuyasha, Ranma 1 not doing any of those. Big O
That's
viewing
the
guide,
count-
just go watch the Big O.
No, literally.
All right, before we get to the
wait, no. I like Josh's comment. You should do a Muppet viewing guide.
Muppet viewing guide, I could. I love the Muppets so much, guys. Muppet viewing guide's would be really fun, but we'll see. The viewing guide idea is not anywhere close to being run out yet.
I like everyone just throwing different shit.
I love everybody showing these in here. Family Guy viewing guide. See, I don't watch Family Guy, so Simpsons viewing guide. I got that one. You start with episode 1, and then you stop at season 10. I don't know. Wait, is that the cutoff, Jerry? Is that when it stops being good? Is after season 10?
That's most people say 3 to 8. I'm a 1 to 10 guy myself.
Okay.
I like Spin Dash's
Some
comment.
people
TV.
yeah.
I like Spin
TV
Dash,
guide. Is it just every
guide.
show I watched on TV Land? YouTube Shorts
Oh,
viewing
God.
guide. Remember that time Soundout was in Family? God, this is out of the Venture Brothers viewing guide. I'm with Couch
Wait,
though.
okay.
1 to 10 of Simpsons is the good seasons.
I love the engagement we're getting from the
Although,
comments.
SNL viewing guide.
to me it's like Silver Age would be like right before the movie.
Mm.
Yeah,
and
I'll say that.
Would you just
Hospital
like?
viewing guide.
Would you consider the movie the finale to The Simpsons and then just
Yeah,
call
it
it a day?
But yes,
It is.
legit.
That sounds about right. Disney viewing guide. Oh god, that's late. Traces of Death viewing
What?
guide.
What viewing
General
guide is
Hospital. Rick and Morty. Metalopolis.
Huh?
that? Yeah, 'cause-
What
Guys-
about Dallas viewing guide?
I love all these
JR
ideas. I
gets
just
stuff.
wanted to shill Digimon Adventure Zero to the beginning. If you're in the US, Wednesday, November 8th, 7 p.m. local time is the English dub. Thursday, November 9th, 7 p.m. local time is the Japanese with subtitles. So
I really do want to watch this, but there's no theater near me. I can't go to watch
that's the
this.
problem
Really?
with Fathom events. I wish they would be more available.
I thought you lived near Piggers. Oh,
No,
sorry.
the nearest one theater that's close to me that playing this is I had to drive through the highway, and I hate driving through the highway.
Oh.
That's understandable.
At
Yeah,
night
no, that is.
especially.
Oh, Ghostbusters viewing guide would be interesting. Angela Anaconda is technically an overlap with the Digimon one.
Digimon.
Oh yeah, the
Um,
closest one to me is okay.
Yeah. Let's see. What's left of Adventure 02 needs USA Blu-rays. 02, 02 Japanese, and then the movies. But we know that those are coming, so they're on their way.
Closest one to me is half hour away. Less than.
Half hour. Yeah, my theater that's 5 minutes down the road has this, which is nice. But Spin Dash says, "How is there more theaters for Shin Kamen Rider?" There were more tickets sold for Shin Kamen Rider than Digimon 02 at my theater for some reason. It's very weird.
I feel like it's anime. It's because it's animation. Also, there's no Ano-meme on it. Also,
Yeah, it's very strange, but I wonder if it's
from what I hear, it's doing well in Japan.
yeah, it's doing well in Japan. All right. While you guys can keep throwing me ideas for viewing guides. Muteki's
But
already gone
meantime-
for the chaotic evil answer. But anyways, strike update. SAG is still deliberating the counter proposal. that was discussed with the AMPTP, and there will be more updates later. That's the end of that. Okay, let's get to this Kamen Rider news, because you guys have been asking. I think it's time to get to it. All right, so just look at this blank tab. There was a comment posted on Blu-ray.com. Shout out to Jambalaya23 in our Discord server for bringing this up. User of Godzilla at One was at Youmacon in Detroit and said he spoke to John Sarabella about the Kamen Rider titles that he wants to release, like Shin, Kamen Rider Prologue, Kamen Rider Zeto, Kamen Rider J, Kamen Rider the First, Kamen Rider the Next, which we'd heard all the way back that they got those like a couple years ago.
2021, I would
2021, I think. It's been a while. Anyways, so John apparently said that early next year those titles coming to Blu-ray, not in a box set like originally planned, but single individual Blu-rays instead. He wants to sell them separately, so that's what he told me. So they are still on the docket. It's still probably going to happen. I have no doubt it's going to happen. They licensed them. The question is when, and it sounds like we'll find out more early next year. Which is probably good. I also, this line of like, he wants to sell them separately is probably less that and more Toei told him he has to sell them separately.
Yeah, you can't do a combo pack. You had to buy. You had to sell them separately.
Yeah, Toei's really weird about stuff like that. So it may also be because he's had to restructure his entire business thanks to Crunchyroll's acquisition of Right Stuff, causing like 80% of his titles not to be able to be sold on the platform. I think that it probably is like, let's roll them out. Con Digifor brings up a good point. Yeah, Shin Prologue will sell the worst. Yeah, it absolutely will. I think Zeto and Jay will outperform the other four.
Oh no, I did that out of context. Con Digifor had a good idea.
Oh, this is how it begins, right? This is becoming the next Gridman villain. But anyways, that's the basics on that. The question is, I guess, I don't know, could we run a poll? Let's run a poll. All right, here's the poll.
That's my idea.
How many Rider movies will you buy? And this is going to be the ones we're talking about. All of them. Zeto, J, First. All right, let's see. Let's go. Zeto, J. Some of them. I do not care about them. This is your four options, because I feel like a lot of people are going to pick up Zeto and J or all of them. Like I feel like I don't know how many people are clamoring for just First and Next.
Zeto and J are great.
They're so
because
good.
they had because aren't they
J
re-releasing?
can grow.
I'm buying all of them, obviously, but
because aren't they re-releasing the first and
they did the
second,
first before.
The next?
They didn't do the next, but they did release the first before. I also want to put in perspective, if this is anything like their Zayram or Hokkaido releases, these are going to be like less than $15 for a Blu-ray. So yeah, might as well just buy all of them at that price. And they like the Hokkaido release they did is amazing. Their Zayram releases are fantastic. But yeah, no, I think they'll all be great. They'll just be more.
No, again, Media Blaster is a really good company. Just they're even more indie than Discotek. It's the classical. They use their porn hentai videos to help pay the bills in order to do releases like this.
Pretty much.
Call it.
So yeah, that's basically where we're at. I think that it's nice to see, where we haven't heard anything from anybody else about Rider Blu-rays. Getting any update, even though it's not like a huge update, any update on any Rider Blu-rays right now is a good thing. And I gotta say that, if they're priced the way that all their other movie prices are, these things will be, totally worth it. Even if you have to buy Shin on its own, it's less than $15, Yeah, I imagine they'll come out periodically. I don't imagine he'll drop them all at once. You know what I mean? It won't. I don't think he's going to drop all 5 at once, but it'll probably be maybe every other month, and then we can just get them all throughout the year.
I doubt they're going to be releasing a box set, but I imagine they could.
Well, he was going to do a box set originally, and then now he's saying they're going to be individual. So.
I'm always saying this kind of bundle deal where it's like pay this much to get all the Blu-rays
Kind
at
of like
once, something like that.
or kind of like Right Stuff when they offered a bundle deal. There are 3 new Gundam Blu-rays, and then they just never came out.
And then they fell into the void.
Yep.
Yep. Amazon does not own the rights to Agito and Faiz. Toku HD does. Toku HD has an Amazon channel, but Toku HD licensed those shows through Latin America, so they don't actually count when we're talking about like U.S. distribution for those shows. So they should be available to anybody else that has the money to license them. I mean, wants to license them. A lot of the problem with Toei is they charge too much for these shows.
It's not like the Ultra and Gridman where those were officially licensed by Toku HD. Since
Toku HD, Toku HD licensed their Ultraman and Gridman through their U.S. company, whereas they licensed their Rider through their Latin America company. Which is why the subtitles were even worse than usual, because because they were translations from Spanish and Portuguese subs.
Yeah, so it's a translation of a translation.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys ever heard of this Pokemon ROM hack called Vietnamese Crystal?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like where it's Japanese, then got translated to Vietnamese, they got translated back to Japanese, and then translated to English or something like that.
Yep.
They did that with JoJo.
Oh, really?
It was hilarious.
In terms of Shout releasing more releases, I see a couple people mention it in the chat. I don't know what's going on with that. I have some insider info, which I'm not going to elaborate on.
Or still get assassinated.
They're definitely wanting to do more, Rider. But there is a lot of factors at play that may be why we haven't seen anything from them in a while. Because I love Shout's releases, but we haven't heard of anything in a year from Shout. The last thing that we got was the Ryuki and Deca Ranger announcement like about a year ago. So yeah, Toei's a big factor. Also, Soulman, I'm happy to hear my CSM altering the video was helpful, because that thing is confusing as heck to use. I'm glad I helped.
Unless you have an actual deal with Toei, you're not gonna get these fast, because it's not like Crunchyroll
and from what I understand too, Toei does not offer bundle deals for their tokusatsu. You have to do them one at a time. Other franchises, they will offer a franchise deal, but with tokusatsu, they will only offer you one series separately. And
it's so weird. I'm not sure what I'm not sure there's some rights thing or what. But it's interesting because I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball, One Piece, those are all one deal. So that's why Crunchymation will always dub the movies and specials and such like that.
Yeah. Vision Films, welcome. Vision Film says we're getting happy we're getting something new at this point. Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, we're at this point. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of discussion's been had about original Kamen Rider. It's 98 episodes. It's gonna be hard to do. It's expensive because it's just so much stuff.
And the interest, as much as I love OG Rider, I think the interest is not there also.
The thing is, let's see. True Hellfire said this is because of Ishino Productions. Ishino Productions is not raising the price, but they are raising the quality. If you look at the way that Sentai is handled versus Rider, quality-wise. The problem that we have is, I think, as popular as Rider is within its niche, is its niche big enough that they can actually sell these releases and make money off of them after you subtract the production cost and the Toei licensing fee and what's left
and the
for
subtitle.
Well, that's part of the production cost. What I meant by production cost was not only just making the disc, but producing the subtitles, the video quality, all that other stuff. Is it a big enough niche where they can sell enough units to pay off the license?
And the reason, as we mentioned in the previous stream, there's no Saban to be a middleman for them anymore.
And that does that's what causes a lot of the stuff to slow down on the Sentai side.
Yeah, with Toei and let's say Crunchymation, they've been working together for years. Yeah, so that's why they have a good relationship. versus
Yeah.
Rider, where like with Sentai they had the connection with Saban, but then when Stats was lost, it's more harder to get in talks with him. Get the two big company, get two big company
two
A
big
and
companies
big company
who
B.
aren't that worried about this to sit down and make a deal happen. Yeah, you needed somebody in between. Fudo PI Blu-ray when was what JoJo Star asked. I don't know if ever. Crunchyroll licensed it, but they didn't dub it, so I don't think it did that well. If I'm being honest, I don't think viewership-wise it was there.
Unless it was
the
a major,
Generation Kaider licenses will probably lapse in the near future, but those also weren't licenses for the entirety of the United States or North America. They were licenses specifically for Hawaii. So that's not. So the shows were kind of already up and available before.
Yeah, but so what Crunchyroll, unless it's like a big, did very well on streaming, I doubt it's gonna get a home media release. Like maybe one day, but not anytime soon, kind of thing. Unless there's like high demand for it, which sadly I don't think there is high demand for Fudo PI. To be really honest, as much as I really like that series.
Yeah, SSJ3 Goku 90 said there was an announcement for Fudo PI dub, but it never materialized. Yeah, I remember that. But that happens a lot.
Well, was that English dub or like other?
There were other dubs. They did do a Spanish and a Portuguese and like one other on Crunchyroll. No dub, no physical release isn't 100% true because they did do a sub only of Bocchi. My point that I was kind of make with they didn't give it a dub was also that like if Bocchi didn't get a dub and it was really popular, then Futo PI is not getting a dub. Yeah. Right, Jerry? Like, exactly. Bocchi was super popular, right?
It was. Bocchi the Rock, oh yeah.
And they wouldn't even give it a dub when they put it out on Blu-ray. So...
So, it's... I think, again, like, I'm gonna really like Fudo PI, but I really do kind of think this kind of fell apart, sadly.
Here's the sad part.
Really, like,
it did not... The thing is, how long has it been since Futo PI ended? Let's look that up right now.
It's been a year. A year now.
Has it been a year? Because usually with these simulcast shows, at least in the past, it's been about a year from the end of it to when we get like a North American Blu-ray. Yeah, it ended October 17, 2022. It has been a year since it ended, and there hasn't been an announcement of a season 2 in Japan. So it probably just did not connect at all.
I mean, this compared to if we want to compare to the Gridman universe, not the movie, but the whole Gridman universe. Like, I really think back and think of the marketing of the two. Like,
I mean, let's talk about the failure of Gridman Universe, where you can watch it through Crunchyroll on airlines, but you still can't watch it on their actual service.
Well, that's more of a Crunchy screw up than anything because the film did very well.
No, the film did very well in Japan, but like Crunchyroll. So like, if Crunchyroll couldn't treat Gridman Universe, which was successful, well, then how would they treat Fudo PI well?
Well, I was talking about Fudo PI in general, not just
right
stuff.
Because it's almost like, I don't know. It's not like I said it on Twitter and had an entire fandom jump me over it, and I said Fudo PI's marketing is really poor because they're not putting the Kamen Rider name on it, and that's a bad idea. And people kept saying, well, that's how they market it in Japan. I'm like, yeah, I also think it's a bad idea in Japan too. What does the title Futo PI mean to anybody that hasn't watched Kamen Rider Double? Or like anybody in general?
Versus Gridman Dynazenon, where it's like you're getting the title thing in the title.
It does, and like Hellfire mentioned, the manga's still chugging. Yeah, manga production costs way lower than anime, And that's the thing.
And PI is
to add to the point of the no dub thing, if Fudo PI was a hit, they would have given it a dub. Chainsaw Man was a hit, and they gave it a dub, right away. And they haven't given that a Blu-ray yet. So
that's that's definitely coming. I don't know why it's taking so long though for that one. That's
the whole Crunchyroll monopoly is just falling apart at the seams.
Because I'm not sure about. I know One Piece. I know they've been doing those digital releases for the newer episodes to catch up with the subs, but I don't know if those are physical because they call the sets voyages. I think for the One Piece sets.
The voyages, and then they do the seasons after.
Yeah, they keep doing those on digital. but I don't know if they have done a physical set yet for like the Wano stuff or not. Anyone check and like confirm have they released any of the Wano stuff at home media yet? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Ukiya, welcome Ukiya to the chat. Ukiya said Futopeg is sub only Blu-ray release. We're like if it's gonna get any release, it would be sub only, but we haven't heard anything. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Chainsaw Man. The Japanese audience hated the adaptation. Yeah, and this is not to like, because manga is very popular here. But a lot of people in the anime, like Western anime fandom, don't read manga. They just watch anime, which is why the Chainsaw Man adaptation kind of popped off, because the anime popped off.
What's funny, because I think there was an article saying the Chainsaw Man manga is like one of the best-selling books.
It is.
Right now. It's in the top 12.
But even then, here's your audience for manga. Here's your audience for an anime. It's still a small chunk of the market that just streams anime all the time.
Jaden the Fox said we're suing Whole Cake Island, obviously for home media.
Yeah, like where I don't remember where they are in the thing.
They're saying I think for the One Piece home media, they're still at Whole Cake Island, so they're behind still for home media wise.
Jojo Star says what's better, the dub or sub of Digimon? It depends on the show for me, but honestly, most of the dubs are good except for Fusion. I think Fusion's the only bad dub. I think Fusion's the only bad dub.
That's like, of course, Mara Saban, of course, that's Mara Saban, but it has very forkisms, dubisms in it.
A lot of that was Nickelodeon's fault.
Crossword was really horny for some reason. So,
having looked back at Crosswords, I'm like, what the heck was going on in this show? I almost mentioned that in the viewing guide. Also, welcome Gizmo. I'm glad you enjoyed the Digimon video, because I loved doing that one. I'm glad to see it work. Paltrax said, nobody wants to read except subtitles. You're not wrong. Counter 64, hello Toku streamers, how's it going? Welcome to the chat.
You know what's weird about Chainsaw Man is even though that did super well, we yet to know if they're doing season 2.
They are doing season 2. They haven't announced anything concrete, but they did say they are doing season 2.
Well, yeah, because they're too busy destroying their animators.
Or yeah, Mappa's just a nightmare. All right.
A lot of nightmare.
So we ran a poll. How many Rider movies will you buy? This was in reference to Zeto, J, Shin, First Next. 77% said all of them. 11% said some of them. 8% said I don't care about them. And 2% said just Zeto and J. So thanks, James. We're really glad you enjoyed the Digimon viewing guide. Tokupunk. Manga way faster to finish than anime. Yeah, yes. That's why I have the One Piece tower behind me. Because I ain't watching like 1,100 episodes. I will read all of this instead.
I've been through. I fully caught up with My Hero, and that I wasn't expect to finish it so fast. But this only took me like 3 days to really catch fully up.
Mm-hmm.
And such.
That's why I'm reading manga more nowadays.
Yeah,
straight up. I was like, I still have time to watch all these episodes.
That's why I bought the Bleach box set so I can read through it until at least I get to the 1,000-year Blood War, because I know that's more Kubo's ideal vision for that arc, for that one. But yeah.
Let's see. Sly Rocker said they could have named the anime Kamen Rider Double Returns Futo PI and likely would have done at least a little better. Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't know why they were trying to hide the fact it was a Kamen Rider Double sequel, because...
Exactly.
Like, it's not like I said Gridman was trying to hide it was a Gridman.
Yeah, it's like, why hide it? Because the thing is that with Futo PI, you could pretend, oh, it's a detective anime, and then they just spring the Toku on you later. But the first scene has Kamen Rider Double in it. So
it's not like you read the title and you think, oh, detective like, no, what does a Futo like
how many uninformed Western fans read the title as Futo Pi?
That's exactly what I did.
Exactly.
I read Futo Pi.
Futo Pi, like, which sounds way more delicious than because I like the show, but like Futo Pi, because they didn't put the dots in either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they just wrote it as pi. We're gonna try to solve the square root of 3.144396.
That's what the detectives are needed for.
Is that like what's about Futo PI and the success and failure of it? It's not like the actual anime itself is bad. No, it does a lot because it's so weird, funny that how Tubi should have been at least get the Gridman to success. That's the same things. You got the main,
Mhm.
you got your main
Here
hero.
I'm reminded.
You got your main hero. You got your colorful cast of characters and and stuff
Yeah.
think about like you want to go to the anime market. You see how much art you see of like Akane and Rika from Gridman, and you rarely see Tokame, for example, Tokame or Akko, for example. You go into that that field, and it kind of shows that and so it really shows that something like really messed up with Fuyo PI's marketing to cause that even you
Mhm.
feel like that the Gridman crowd should like Fuyo PI, but it just did not click at all.
It didn't.
And it is really
I was going to
shame.
add, Spin Dash mentioned could have been worse. Futo Tante would have gone even worse in English. Yeah, I agree. It should have been called Futo Detectives. PI does not work as well as people thought.
I have something to bring up about naming in the West.
Yeah, and Ukiya said, yeah, this original manga's called that. The thing is that, like, Futo Tante, what they should have done is what they did with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, right? It should have been called, like, Kamen Rider Double Detectives, Futo PI, or Futo Tante, or something like that. Like a mixture of the Japanese and English titles so that you don't have to, like, fight over it. But tell your story of names, Jerry. I want to hear it.
Well, so, in Persona, when 3 and 4 came out, they were called over here Shin Megami Tensei Persona.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was so that people would know, it's a sub-series of Shin Megami, because it's actually not Shin Megami.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, when the first Persona came out over here, it was not called Shin Megami. It was called Megami Ibunroku Persona.
Yeah.
But who's gonna know that over here?
Exactly.
Or like Boku no Hero Academy, My Hero Academy.
I mean, now they dropped Shin Megami when they made 5, because now enough people know Persona more than Shin Megami. But back at that time, they did that so people would know.
Mm-hmm.
This is related to Shin.
As brought up, Smith the Crow says, how does Futo PI compare to Magnum PI? It's simple. Let me drop the little image here. See how Magnum PI has a dot and a dot, so it's Magnum PI for Private Investigator, versus the Futo PI logo, which is Futo Pi?
Yeah.
Those dots change everything. The dots change everything on that. It's how you get G.I. Joe versus Gajo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you look at this poster, like you look at the poster for the video. You might think at least could be something like a double decker or like Tiger Bunny thing, but no, it's not. It's a superhero show, but you don't get it from this poster.
Let's see who said it here. Someone said it. Where was it at? Indonesia called it Futo Detectives. That's a better title. Someone said something. I was about to. Jamie's World said Kamen Rider Double the anime series. They could have called it Kamen Rider Double the animation Futo PI.
Mm-hmm.
That would have helped. The fact that Kamen Rider wasn't in the marketing for this show, and how they kept hiding Double himself, was ridiculous. And I called it out when it happened, and people. Oh, that's our next news topic.
I remember people jumped on you.
People jumped on me and said, you're making a big deal out of nothing. And I'm like, I feel like this is going to hurt the show significantly. And guess what happened?
And there was no big reveal, because was it when Garo Vanishing Line came out? Didn't they just have it called Vanishing Line?
It was called just Vanishing Line, and then they were like, surprise, it's Garo Vanishing Line when the first trailer dropped.
There was no twist, but that
wasn't adapting a manga like this was.
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah. So you couldn't do you can't do like, Futo PI is that didn't work, because you see the word Futo. If you're a Kamen Rider fan, you see the word Futo, you think, Double, and all that stuff.
Spin Dash, very good point. In fact, no one licensed Double or the manga for Futo in the year between announcement and release was a massive mistake. The fact was, I think somebody tried to license Double and got shocked by the price. And that should have been Toei should have lowered the price of Double and gotten that show out there, because it would have helped Futo PI. The manga, I agree. How did no one pick up the manga? How did Titan decide to pick up the Kuga manga as opposed to the Double manga that had an anime adaptation?
You couldn't do some clever tie-in, tie-in anime. No, and also just.
I mean, we got Gundam Thunderbolt when the anime came out. Viz was like, "Here's the manga."
Yeah, there's also just weird that just we have no like. You think there'll be like some like pop-up parade statues of
nothing
like of
there was that
nothing.
one Soto set of the main characters, and that was all the merch we got.
Yeah, no pop-up parade token, pop-up parade statue of Tokumi.
Yeah.
Shotaro and Phil, nothing.
Yep. Yukia says, at the end of the day, it's Toei being Toei. I swear they should have done a package deal with the Heisei to make it easier. Yeah. They should have bundled the Heisei, like the Phase 1 Heisei, up through Decade and say, Shout, do you want to license this and work with them on it? Yeah, Spin Dash says, and yet Funimation chose to license Futo in the first place. Shout and her G-Kids would have been more appropriate if they also got the rights for Double. Yeah, and then the thing is, too, Funimation licensed it, and then Crunchyroll bought them before the show came out. So
yeah, because then that was planned ahead. I remember when.
Yeah,
that's also weird. There was no. I think there was gonna be a dub because I remember they before the anime came out. It was like a plan ahead that Funimation was gonna get the rights for Futo PI. So that tells you that they're gonna dub it because there is a lot of Tokusatsu fans who work at Funimation, like a lot. That also happen to work on the Ultraman dubs right now.
Yeah, and also they had worked on the Gridman stuff.
The Gridman stuff and the Garo stuff. So they something tells you that was gonna be a dub, but then Crunchy bought Funimation, and then I guess things fell through. I guess.
Kaiju says, "Did we come to the conclusion that Titan doesn't care about Kamen Rider?" I think they saw a chance to make money, and that was about it because there was no care and attention put into the 01 comic or the Kuga translation. Oh yeah, that's right. Spin Dash mentioned the figure art re-releases of Cyclone Joker, Heat Metal, and Luna Trigger that were all Futo PI branded.
But that's it.
Yeah. We've talked about Rider for a long time. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on? While everybody else hits the like button, if you would please, I'd appreciate it. I'm smiling. Also, my face is warm because we've been talking about Kamen Rider.
Wow.
Kamen Rider Manga Volume 4 got delayed again.
Again?
Like it's getting. What's more delayed, that or the Char's Counterattack Beltorchicus Children manga, which might finally come out next week? Maybe.
I mean, I
was just talking about that yesterday too.
It's been delayed like 17 times, I swear.
Is that translation really that bad?
Ukiya, any reason why Shout hasn't done a Blu-ray of Kamen Rider 1971? Price. Production cost price, and then can they make their money back? January 23rd is now Volume 4. Jeez, I didn't even like the manga when I read it in the really awful machine-translated way it came out. I was like, I don't even like this. I don't feel like reading it. But I was gonna support it because Kamen Rider. But then when it was like, oh, it's machine-translated, and it's really, poorly done, and their response was, bad. It's not machine-translated. I was like, no, thank you. I'm not gonna buy this.
No, it is.
Isn't the paper also... Isn't the paper quality like tissue paper?
I think. I don't remember. I stuck it in a drawer. I don't know where it is.
No, this is the paper you put in magazines, not in volumes.
Right. Is it possible if any studios release original Kamen series on Blu-ray? Shout would have to do it because they already licensed it and they already subtitled it. Did Titan ever go back and fix the translations of Kuga manga, or is it still awful? Chat, you all are the ones to let me know. I think Spin Dash would probably know best.
I think Spin Dash would know, because
I know they did reprints. I know they did reprints, but it's not like they offered replacements, so I didn't get it. So, sometimes, the thing is, it's always like, Spin Dash says Volume 3 was fine. Jeremy Carr, is the Go Ranger manga and the Kamen Rider 71 manga worth it? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, they're done by a competent company. They were done by 7Cs, right? 7Cs
did great. They did a great job. Those hardcovers are super affordable. That Kamen Rider 1 is like this thick. It's huge. Highly recommend those. Spin Dash says no one's seen reprints of 1 and 2 despite them saying what happened. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Titan, the thing is, it's... we always talk about, you want to support the official release so that more things will happen. But, at some point, you're just like, this sucks. I don't like this.
I question why they did that, because from what I understand, Titan, that's Titan's first time doing a manga.
Yes.
So why are you doing why are you doing something never done before?
I have no idea. It was their first time doing a manga. They suck so bad, I'm not touching them again.
Because I think the only other comic book company that does manga is Dark Horse, right?
Yep. Think so. Katie Nishimura says Americans speaking easily about accessible mangas and blues while Europe wind. Yeah, you guys get nothing and it sucks. Like
I heard.
I know that for
I
sure.
hear France is like really
France
really
is
big
starting
with
to pop
manga.
up a little bit.
They've been big with manga. Remember, they got Dragon Ball Butoden
Whoa.
on Super Nintendo, even though the rest of us didn't get it.
It's
They
so
had like
weird.
also like
when it was
special
new.
manga collector editions
Yeah.
over there from what I've seen.
Yeah, they get a lot of really nice stuff. Hellfire's like, I wish Seven Seas would do the other Ishinomori Rider manga.
So is Italy too, by the way.
I want
Okay,
Power
so
Spheres to be done. I want
story
Power Spheres to
time.
be done by Shimori.
Story time. The Seven Seas Kamen Rider. My Barnes & Noble got one when it first came out, and they still have it, and it's collecting dust, even though they've moved it around like 4 or 5 times. I don't think it sold well. I think this is our problem, is that Rider can sell toys because they're already made for another market and they're brought over, so that the cost of labor comes down. But with all this other stuff where it requires like investment, I don't know if the return on investment on Rider stuff is very good.
Again, like compared to I think the Ultraman manga is still continuing from what I understand, right?
Yeah, they're still doing the Ultraman manga.
What about that? What about that Go Ranger one? Remember that one? Seven Seas?
Yeah, that same thing. I've seen. I think the Go Ranger sold better because my Barnes & Noble got a copy and I haven't seen it. I don't see it since.
Yeah, because you have Power Rangers. They even put the same shell factory before there was Power Rangers. There was Supers, even using the same logo.
Yep. But the Rider one I have seen. I also think maybe people look at the Rider one like that's expensive and don't even pick it up off the shelf to find out it's $30.
It's not because I don't think it's like old.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because it's old and people don't want to pick up. Because I've seen a lot of people pick up older mangas at my like Barnes Nobles and such still. So I just there's something about
and there's something interesting about that.
I think people see hardcover manga and don't even look at the price because like that Kamen Rider one is like so thick that you probably look at it and like that's $40-$50. I don't even want to know what it is, but it's only $30. You just have to get it up off the shelf and see the price.
I also think it's just. I think it has a lot to do with brand recognition because I see like the only other hardbook cover manga I know of is the Akira one,
the Berserk.
And
Gundam the Origin.
The Berserk, JoJo.
Gundam the Origin sold well. Gundam the Origin sold very well.
I think Soul Eater recently made some hardcover, and those
the Lupin,
those ones
the Seven Seas Lupin collections, those sell really well. My Barnes and Noble ran out. They had like 7 copies of the first one, and they sold them all out.
Devilman, Junji Ito. So I really just do think it's that the Kamen brand. I just think doesn't.
As Spin Dash said, there's like no marketing in English territories for Kamen Rider because it's all these individual separate. They don't have an Ultraman connection, and Team Kamen Rider never became that.
There's no Power Rangers for Sentai. There's no Ultraman connection. Ultraman, connection / just Ultraman's a brand. For Rider. I just think Rider, as much as people wanted to be big, I just think there's a giant roadblock.
I think Rider had its chance to get big, and every company involved bundled it. And I think we're just going to need to stop and try again in 5 years.
I think it's starting to feel like what is I feel like people think it reminds me when Yokai Watch first came out here in the West, where people think it's got to be as big as Japan, while realizing you need to build that build that hype up, and not just think it will do well because it's popular with this niche audience in Japan. No, you need to build. It's not like when Dragon Ball first came out; it was an instant hit.
Well, there's nothing else like it, right? There's very much a factor of you launch in a market where there's nothing else like it. The problem is with Rider, it's launching into a market that's already had Power Rangers for 30 years.
Same way, like that's why Pokemon blew up because there's nothing like Pokemon in the West.
Anyways, let's see. The last thing, Hellfire mentioned, I wish Getter would get an official release. They did do one of the Getter Robo mangas from Seven Seas. I forget which one it was. It wasn't the main one, though. I want Mazinger Z. I have my hardcover of, I have my hardcovers for Go Nagai stuff. I got, his most messed up work that he's ever done, Cutie Honey, and then his second most messed up work, Devilman, and then they haven't done Mazinger, and I really want Mazinger.
Did they release Devil Lady here?
No, they haven't done Devil Lady. They only did Devilman, Devilman G, and Devilman vs. Hades. That wasn't even a finished manga. They still released it. That was the only Mazinger we got, was Devilman vs. Hades.
Get a Robo Arc. I think it was the Get a Robo manga that came here in the West.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
I mean,
I don't know Getter.
I mean, what was it? What was it? Gundam Seed Astray? It's still still incomplete in the West, I think.
Yeah, that never got finished because Bandai Entertainment closed.
Well, I thought those I think those manga were done by Tokyo Pop. And
Oh
those
yeah,
are gone.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
guys
And
are gone,
Bandai
right?
Entertainment licensed to Tokyo Pop. So when the Bandai Entertainment died, then they died later. Devil Lady did get a Blu-ray from Discotek, and that's why it's on Amazon Prime. Muteki, that's a weird way to question. Devilman G, good or messed up? It's actually the non-depressing Devilman. It's still pretty dark because it's Devilman, but that's the one.
Isn't
Devilman G is the shonen anime manga version.
Isn't the tier of most hard element to most depressing is Toei anime is the lightest, hardest, and then what the manga's at the most depressing? Is it?
It's funny because I think Devilman Crybaby was more depressing than the actual original manga for Devilman.
Yeah, so I guess the Devilman Crybaby is your depressing, and then Toei anime is your lighthearted.
Devilman G skews more Toei anime than it does original Devilman.
Actually, no. I think the lightest, hardest Devilman would be the Go Nagai World SD.
Yeah,
Devilman. Technically,
well, that's Go Nagai World, so that's not technically its own Devilman separate thing. Cutie Honey's more basic instinct, Muteki. Yeah, we did get Cutie Honey Go-Go. Kaiju reminded me of that. It's sitting around my shelf. I just looked at it, and I completely forgot about it. That was another unfinished manga that they gave us. Seven Seas was doing a lot for Go Nagai's 50th, and then just... that was it.
Yeah, Sally probably didn't do well.
I think Mazinger was probably going to be their next stop, but because it was more expensive, I don't think the Devilman and Cutie Honey... And I gotta tell you guys, the original Cutie Honey manga is the most messed up thing I've ever read in my entire life, and I did not enjoy it.
I'm not surprised because when I did Cutie Honey, I think a little more lighthearted and etchy. But then again,
it does some
animes.
There is some I can't even tell you anything that I found disturbing in the Cutie Honey manga on this stream without getting demonetized. That's how bad it is. Kyle Miller asked what my favorite figure art is, and I don't have an answer because I have too many figure arts I like. All right, we did a whole hour of talking about Kamen Rider Blu-rays and viewing guides and stuff. Let's blow through the rest of the news. There's not much.
You said you don't have that much news to say, so we took a lot of time.
We did. I probably should have switched this from news time to chat time a while ago, but it was all Kamen Rider related. We were getting a little off track there, talking Go Nagai, right, Jerry?
Yeah, well,
Go Nagai entered our brains.
I mean, he's our uncle.
He was like, "Stop talking about Ishinomori. Talk about me. I'm still alive." Techi's like, "I'm interested now. Thanks for the Cutie Honey recommendation." Look, I don't say I didn't warn you. Also, it is a nice hardcover. But anyways,
read Baki.
Baki's great. All right.
Anybody check out Go-Go Loser Rangers manga yet?
I haven't.
That's getting anime.
I'm still working on
One
Piece.
That, but I have not actually read it.
That's getting anime adaptation next year.
Yeah.
I'm currently double teaming One Piece and Shaman King because I want to reread all of Shaman King to read Flowers to watch the Flowers anime. So I like Shaman King because it's short. Anyway, in not short, but it's short compared to every other shonen franchise. All right, here we go. Sorry, JoJo Star said Go and Fujimoto are on the same brainwaves, and that's why I like Chainsaw Man. All right, so Disney's buying full control of Hulu in a deal with Comcast. Disney owns, what is it, 57% of
the
Hulu,
world.
and so they're buying the remaining 33 from Comcast, which will be $8.6 billion at least. They're paying that much to Comcast for the rest of Hulu. And this is pretty much probably not going to change much on our side, except I would not be surprised if Hulu just gets folded into Disney Plus after this, kind of like how it is outside of the US. And then, it's just funny when Disney's like, we can't afford to pay actors, and they're like, we're spending $8.61 billion.
Yeah.
Hulu wasn't owned by Comcast. Hulu was owned by all the studios. Every studio owned a portion of it, and they all started selling their shares. Warner Brothers sold their share to Comcast. Disney bought Fox. That was one of the main reasons Disney bought Fox. They wanted a bigger pull of Hulu, and now they're just finishing the job and pulling it all in. So yeah, here's the thing: it's not going to shift Disney's power dynamic because Hulu's not that great of a service. If I'm being honest.
No, I don't like Hulu in terms of their player stinks.
It does. It glitches out all the time on my TV. My mom was complaining. She was watching the Bob Newhart show, watches 3 episodes, and then she can't watch a 4th, and has to switch to another show and then come back. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Small Dreams says the most Bob Iger move they've done since he came back. Yeah, I know it's true. We were just talking about Shout Factory and like, what's Shout Factory up to with Kamen Rider? Well, I don't know. They're releasing the following movies in January. Telephone.
Chat.
What was that?
Help us, chat. Sounded annoying.
Help us, chat. I don't know any of these movies. All right, Telephone, Saint Ives, Forced Vengeance, Funeral Home, Jennifer 8 Special Edition, Thinner, Ernest and Celestine, A Trip to Gibbethera, and Street Girls. I got nothing.
I don't know any of this.
I believe I know.
See you later, Spin
Dash. Yeah, Forced Vengeance. Yeah, I know that one. That's Chuck Norris.
Forced Vengeance. Okay.
Yeah, because that's Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. There you go.
See you later. See you later, Spin Dash. Enjoy your food.
Mm. Oh, that's true. If you watch MCU content on Disney Plus, Japanese is an option. I like the language options on Disney Plus. I think it's really cool. Well, yeah. So okay. SSJ3 Goku says Thinder. Was that one of them? I can't remember. I just read them, but I couldn't remember. Yeah, Thinner. All right. SSJ3 Goku is sort of Thinner. Jeremy Carr says Thinner's pretty good. Soul Man did a Saint Ives Holy Grail reference. I don't know. Anything else? I think these are really obscure titles for Shout to be doing.
Well, like I said, watch Force
Did I just not show any of these on screen?
Maybe not.
I'll scroll through them again. I just read the titles. I think I actually forgot to switch screens.
I actually remember watching that movie a while ago. Chuck Norris is a security guy at a Hong Kong casino. Pretty neat.
Yeah. Sorry guys for just like reading them out and not actually switching screens.
I mean, we're like, what are you talking about?
My bad. We talked about Rider for way too long. Brain has been melted. Yeah, wow, professional streamer. I try, okay?
Remember people to like the stream and join our memberships.
Like our stream and join our memberships for more professional comments like, oh, I forgot to switch the screen. I'm trying. I try so hard. Thinner is something you should check out when a friend is like, hey, check this out. Or friend of a friend is like, hey, check this out. That sounds like it. It's based off of a Stephen King story. Okay. Muteki's like, you should expand your movie selection. You guys should have seen what I watched for Halloween this year. It was the most, like, grab bag mess of movies that you could have ever had.
Did you get one of those public domain DVDs from Walmart's bargain bin?
Oh, I love those.
Oh god, those are crazy. I have a couple of them. Tim McAndrew, welcome to the chat.
We need to watch Hong Kong martial art movies.
The only news you've missed is that they've reconfirmed 5 Kamen Rider movies from Media Blasters coming as single releases next year, and then we've been talking about the Shout Factory stuff. We also just like vamped on the current status of Kamen Rider in the West, which is very bad. Let's see. Oh, Soul Man mentioned Mr. Science Theater 3000 is running a crowdfunding campaign for new season, so jump for that. And Hellfire, there is gaming stream archives on this channel. They were not great.
Well, say too for member only live streams. If you join the membership, you get sent up poorly playing games.
It's very likely to happen. Yeah.
If I have the money by Christmas, I might buy you a capture card for Christmas.
Oh god, the stuff we could play. It's just going to be the most random thing.
That's how I got my capture card. It was just given to me.
Yeah. Okay, so talk of Stephen King. Smith the Crow and SSJ3 Goku are like Stephen King. See you later, Jaden the Fox. So, guys, what Stephen King stuff have you seen? I'm like pretty much just It and Shining. Like I'm pretty low level. Oh, I also watched that one series that was supposed to be a mini series that got like 3 seasons called Under the Dome. That was like based on a Stephen King thing.
You never seen Maximum Overdrive with the Green Goblin?
Oh, I love that one.
No, but that sounds great.
You ever seen Stand By Me? Because it's not a horror.
I haven't, but I met one of the actors from Stand By Me.
Is Carrie Stephen King or no? I forget.
No, I think it's not. Let me double check.
What about Cujo? Have you seen Cujo?
Cujo, yeah, the dog, yeah.
So
Or
like,
Christine.
so Stand By Me was based on a Stephen King story.
Yeah.
Okay, this is funny. Because the funniest part about
yeah,
this,
it is Stephen King, Carrie. Yeah.
well, how about that? So guys, here are two of the stars of Stand By Me:
Yes.
Jerry
Yeah, Stand
O'Connell
By
and
Me
Will
is-
Wheaton.
Yep.
They're both in Star Trek.
So Superman.
I met Will Wheaton, and I saw Jerry O'Connell. Like, I was like feet from Jerry O'Connell at that Mission Chicago. But
So Superman and Aqualad together.
yes, exactly. Shawshank Redemption. I watched that for film class. That was I had to write a paper on Shawshank Redemption. SSJ4 Jason. Tim Curry Pennywise is best Pennywise. It was funny. I walked out of It Chapter 1, and I was like, Bill Skarsgård's pretty good as Pennywise. And then I walked out of It Chapter 2, and I'm like, nah, Tim Curry's still best. It Chapter 2 was not good. The first one, I thought the first It was good, and the second one, I was like,
Well, isn't that the common consensus? Is the kid stuff is good, but the adult stuff is
Look,
meh.
guys, the kid actors were better. I don't know how to say this, but the kid actors were better than the adults. It was Tokuger all over again. Maximum Overdrive has Giancarlo Esposito in. Okay, now I'm more interested.
I remember right. Let me look up if Maximum Overdrive has.
Scrub Lord Gaming says his film class made him watch The Thing. I haven't seen that still. I have the Blu-ray, and I was gonna watch it for
Oh,
Halloween.
really?
Yeah,
You never seen John Carpenter's The Thing?
I haven't.
You know what's funny? I just watched it a few days ago too. The 82, The Thing.
Oh, wow.
That movie's great, but it's also horrifying.
I know. The thing is, like, when we were doing like horror movie watching this year, we would always like
a horror guy, but
this year's Halloween horror watching, we always were eating dinner. So I was like, I never want to watch The Thing while eating dinner because I know what the.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, Jason Ader says it's got Emilio Estevez too. Yeah, no. See,
Yes,
that's the thing. I need to watch these.
And Yearly Smith, Lisa Simpson's voice actress, as like
she's an on-screen acting too.
Billie Jean, she was in that too.
I mean, I'm not sure if people count them as horror, but some of my favorite horror movies are the Tremors movies because they're just B grade horror.
I haven't revisited them in a long time, but I enjoyed them back when they came out.
They have the greatest hero of all time, good old Burt Gummer.
Have you ever seen the TV show?
I've seen a little bit of it.
That TV show's crazy. Oh,
I don't know why, but
I watched 2 horror movies on Halloween that were completely different in quality.
Oh, what? Which one were they?
I watched Renfield, which was pretty bad.
Oh, Renfield. I hear bad. Yeah, I know.
Nicolas Cage was great as Dracula, but the whole movie didn't know what it wanted to be, and I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I heard that's the same complaint I hear from people.
The first 5 minutes were amazing, and then the rest of it, I was like, "There's some good in here, but it's not great." And then I watched Megan, which might be like one of my favorite movies of the year.
Oh, that's I see that one. I like.
Yeah, The Doll.
Yeah, that's done by the same director as the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah, I was because after watching Five Nights at Freddy's, I was like, I really want to watch Megan because I was thinking about it.
Oh, you watched the FNAF movie?
I did watch FNAF. Yeah, I don't know. Like I actually I mentioned this on Jerry's streams.
Yeah, you did.
I saw Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know nothing about the franchise except for that movie, but I loved that movie. That was
nice.
I enjoyed
great to hear. I love that movie.
Production design wise, it was incredible, and the story I thought was really interesting. So I was into it. And then I was like, I want to watch Megan, and I watched Megan, and I was like, this was like one of the best movies I saw this year.
What makes that one good? Because I just saw a doll movie. I don't know.
So like the thing that made Megan good was that it was like an exploration of the dangers of AI, but also the exploration of the dangers of being a crappy person.
Also a bad parent.
It was really, and it was funny. Yeah, Zeltrax mentioned this. The actress that was the BuzzFeed lady in Dino Fury, she's in it. And she comes into an encounter with another robot, but like unlike the robot that'll eat cake with her, this one actually wants to kill people, which is really.
Oh, really? It's the same actress.
Same actress. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was like the school teacher at like the camp thing when they're all outside. Before that one thing happens with that one kid who was being mean.
What's nice about the FNAF movie doing so well like 200 million, from what I remember.
Mhm.
It's a film that's full has full practical effects and full
Yeah.
functioning animatronics.
And it was like a $25 million budget, and it made like $230 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about profit.
But yeah, no, I loved it as a movie. Like it didn't even matter that it came from a video game. You know, like I didn't need the references. It stood alone as a movie for me.
To me, I always thought it should have been a movie in the first place.
Because like I loved like the lore and the storylines and like the production design, the animatronics and everything. I don't have any interest in going and like looking into the games or anything. I just want another movie.
I recommend, as someone who likes the games, just stick with the movies.
Yeah, I'll stick to the movies, but like I liked it. But yeah, like so. Anyways, if you want movie recommendations, guys, Megan's on Prime Video, so like check that out. Renfield, if you don't mind trashy comedies, because that is a trashy comedy. There was also so much limb ripping and blood everywhere. It was really weird.
Cartoonish.
If you want to see Ben Schwartz play a mobster, that's what Renfield's for.
I mean, hey, might as well have the Leprechaun movies in there.
Yeah, might as well. God, who was the late? I always forget her name. I have to always read her name because she has such an exemplary name. It's just so many vowels in it that I always have to read it. Also, I forgot that the Renfield was actually like produced by Skybound. It was a weird movie. I think I kind of enjoyed it in the broad sense, but I can't say it was a good movie. Shorei Agushalu. She's got this iconically distinctive voice, and she was like the mobster mother in charge of the family. They were fun, but it was really weird that Renfield was like Dracula comedy, but also mob movie, but also comedy. It was a weird mix. Yeah, Aquafina was there.
It sounds like Steve Ditko era Spider-Man.
It kind of
like
was
superhero, but most of them are mobsters.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know how we ended up on this tangent. We were just talking about obscure movies, and I just felt like I wanted to exposit.
Welcome,
Jason. All Nicolas Cage movies are weird nowadays. I mean, Nicolas Cage was probably like.
I love Nicolas Cage just does weird movies now.
Yeah, he was the least weird though. He was really. Like the thing is, Nicolas Cage in Renfield was like legitimately him doing like a solid Dracula because he loved the character.
You want to see a really good Nick Cage horror movie? Go watch Mandy. That's a really good movie, but it's also trippy. That movie's trippy.
Alex Osborne says, "Is the Black Cauldron okay to me?" Black Cauldron's like, yeah, Black Cauldron's probably my favorite Disney classic animated movie. Like hands down, I love Black Cauldron so much. And Smith the Crow says, when Soundout could it do Friday the 13th or Halloween? Probably never, because I don't like slasher movies. Megan worked for me because it was a psychological thriller in addition to
Decker Striker. Striker, you did the Kamen news early in the stream. TLDR. The Kamen Rider Zoe, Jay, Shin, and Person, the next Bruce are coming.
Yes, they've been reconfirmed, and we should be hearing something early next year. And they will be single releases. That's pretty much the biggest.
Mateki T, JC with Superpowers was Friday 5 onwards when he became a zombie.
The only stuff I know about Jason and Freddy and all them is through Mortal Kombat. So Jerry, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's a series that deserves a $550 Blu-ray box set?
Newpon?
$550?
Yeah, what series do you think is worthy of that?
How much was that Speed Racer helmet head thing?
Speed Racer helmet was like 150. Hey, Infinite.
Man. Is it anything? Is it
anything at all? This is going to lead into a transition, so.
I guess if you do
Gunsmoke.
if you do all the Simpsons, if you do a complete series set of The Simpsons in 10,000 years, it might cost that much.
So no one's guessing. Code Geass coming with a life-size chessboard.
What?
What?
Crunchyroll, the company that consistently re-releases the Dragon Ball Orange bricks. Crunchyroll, the company that can't merge two stores together, is somehow releasing a $550 Code Geass Collector's Edition Blu-ray box set. I saw the video for it, and I was like, that's $200 at most. I'm sorry, it doesn't look that good. You get
half the money came for the package. Probably for the packaging.
You get, of course, Lelouch the Rebellion, R2, the movie trilogy, Lelouch the Resurrection, and Akito the Exiled. And I gotta tell you, this is the funniest part. This is the first re-release of the Lelouch the Resurrection movies the Lelouch the Rebellion movies and Lelouch the Resurrection since their limited edition steelbooks before. There's never been a standard release of those 4 movies. It comes with this giant fancy box and a chessboard that recreates the chessboard from the thing. Welcome, Infinity War-Torn, our channel member. Thank you for showing up. He said the price is bananas.
Infinity War-Torn, since you're a member, you can use the switch emojis.
Yes, you can. This show has been released on standard Blu-ray. The show and Akito were on standard Blu-ray. The 4 movies were only ever limited edition steelbooks, and now only in this set.
Why? God, I feel bad for people who have not seen those movies and do want to get them physically.
I'm glad that I bought those when they came out. I was like, all right. It comes with a necklace, and then the 4 Blu-rays there of like everything, and then it comes with a 64 gigabyte thumb drive that looks like the key. I liked Code Geass, but I do not like it this much.
Yeah, no, for that much money, give me a terabyte.
I surprised. Yeah, true.
Right.
I surprised it didn't include the Lucius helmet also in this set. Yep. Honestly,
I guess that would have made it. I guess that would have made it $5,000. But Deca Striker asks, "Is it even that good enough of a show?" I thought it was good. I liked it.
I couldn't get it. The first episode.
You either will be into it or you won't. It's a certain type of show that. Kyle, you came back to $550 of Code Geass.
I thought you were gonna say 20 inches of Venom.
No. This is $550 of Code Geass. Oh, real quick, Muteki says watching news and Homer doesn't choke Bart anymore. Homer hasn't choked Bart in 4 years. This isn't news.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I just think it's kind of funny. This is the first time the movies have been re-released since ever.
Are they even available streaming?
You can't even stream those movies. Hell, the digital codes didn't even work on Funimation. Kyle, that's not a collector's edition. That's a whole ass shelf. Exactly. They really should put out a box set of all the Code Geass in one, not this.
I'm surprised they haven't done one of those helmet, like the Speed Racer Red Ranger helmet or the Solution helmet works.
I don't know. I like Code Geass, but not this much.
I love that. I love when someone made that Twitter thread. I miss packaging. People just post a thread of those weird packagings.
Infinite says One Piece deserves one for sure. With every episode in OVA, a straw hat, and a limited edition figure arts.
Oh God!
Gear 5 with the pearlescent white paint, conference art book. They should do that when the show is over because there's a bunch of movies that never got licensed. They should probably release those.
I know some people. I've seen the fandom go like because. Actually, the dub's getting really close to where the Japanese, like almost neck to neck. So, like, a lot of people were like, "Is Crunchyroll gonna dub those old movies?" Because those old movies are really good, just in there get dubbed.
Deca Striker, look, in all fairness, yeah, the price is ridiculous, but it like newer limited edition sets, unique packaging isn't just Steelbook, Digibook, or Digipack. I totally agree. Because, like, it's the price is ridiculous, and this is kind of insane because I don't think Code Geass holds the same weight it did a decade ago. Like when it first premiered, it was hot. It was a hot show for a while. And then they did the 10th anniversary, and they did the sequel movie that people did not like. And I think it's cooled off since. Because even in Japan, they said, oh, Lelouch the Resurrection is just the beginning of the 10th anniversary project and the Resurrection project for Code Geass. And nothing's come out in like 3 or 4 years since. So like it did not materialize. So it's like this set feels way too late. But it is nice to see that there is a collector's edition that isn't just Steelbook based, for sure. The Gundam used to get cool stuff. The thing is, that Gundam Wing set I got, it didn't come with a whole chessboard, but it was like $250, and it had like more stuff. Oh god, the Legend of the Galactic Heroes set. Oh my god. No way. I don't remember that. I don't want to remember that Legend of Galactic Heroes set that was like $1,500.
I like if it worked. I like Code Geass, but I haven't seen it in a long time. I know when set maybe it came with figure statue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got a board game.
The chessboard is magnetic, but it comes in 4 sections, so it's not that good of a chessboard. I'm gonna be honest. Having played chess, it comes in 4 magnetized corners. I don't like that either.
Can you do the Jumanji thing then with this?
Maybe, yeah. Kyle says the only other thing that's come out since Resurrection is the new mobile game. Yeah, and they just do those to farm money. There's an upcoming anime that may or may not exist at this point. Exactly my point. The G Gundam set, though. The G Gundam set having a Tequila Gundam shot glass is way cooler than anything in this set.
That's practical.
The chessboard is something from the show, which I think is cool. But, like, a chess set, a necklace, a USB, and re-releases of 4 existing Blu-rays that probably have the same menus, but just now a Crunchyroll logo on it. It doesn't... It feels like it needs more to justify $550.
Alex Ashford asked a good question. Would you rather have this or the Disney 100 animated film collector edition? Who's it?
Neither, because I own... Like, with the Disney one, I own, like, 70% of the movies. With this, I already own all the Blu-ray portion, so I have, like, no need for it. Because the chessboard is fine, but, like... I wish it was a chessboard, you know? I wish it... You know, it's a full chess set. And I like the chessboard, but I wish it wasn't a 4-piece component.
Where's my Yu-Gi-Oh! Release that costs $100 comes with physical dungeon dice monsters?
Don't make me wish for things that'll never happen. And it's so funny because if this was a normal news week, we wouldn't have been able to spend this much time talking about this, but thank you, Slow News Week. This has been fun. All right, I think we're ready to move on to the Bandai news. No, wait, we got one more thing.
$10,000 you get 5D's Blu-ray set that comes with a real dual runner.
I'd buy it. I'd buy a real dual runner, and then get arrested for not having a street legal vehicle. God, the American release of Dungeon Dice Monsters is such a disappointment compared to the Japanese.
Everybody remember was it Capsule Monsters, like a board game?
It was. I never found it in stores. It was discontinued before it existed, basically.
Because Capsule was already a thing.
Yeah. And they released it over here when they did the Capsule Monsters anime. But then they just discontinued it almost immediately. I never saw it in my area. Infinite's right. It sucks we never got an MSA Tequila Gundam or a Gunpla of it, or a Gundam Universe. Yeah, we get nothing for it. That shot glass is the only Tequila Gundam merch to ever exist. Sad. It's also sad is that we're looking at our 3rd Mill Creek compilation set for Ultraman without them actually just signing a new deal and getting us some new stuff.
Was it confirmed it has to be a Mill Creek to make the deal, right?
Apparently Mill Creek, according to a man who I can't say name of because he was mad at me over comments made in a video related to the words he said, and I tried to apologize and he blocked me everywhere, so I'm just not going to say his name. They have to make a deal still, Subaru. But in the meantime, Ultraman vs. Alien Baltan, a 16-episode collection featuring episodes from Ultraman, Return to Ultraman, The Ultraman, Ultraman 80, Ultraman Max, Ultraman Kids, Ultraman X the movie, Ultraman Cosmos the movie First Contact, plus a bonus episode featuring Garamon from Ultra Q. Because they needed to fill this out somehow.
How many times did you say Ultraman in that one sentence?
I don't know. Someone go count it. As a J4 says, better yet, a 5D set that has a severed arm with the head of the Crimson Dragon on it. I take that too. I'll just type this in here so that everybody knows what I'm talking about, because I'm not allowed to say the name. Or at least I don't want to say the name out loud. But anyways, that's that. It's coming out December 19th.
Becky,
you know what's so funny is the official description was such a copy-paste from the Red King set. It even says, description, every episode across all the Ultraman series that features the monster known as Red King.
Oops.
The Sci-Fi Japan guy, yeah. He didn't like the way I phrased one of my videos, where he was dropping info like he knew things, and then claimed that, oh, I don't know these things, I was just saying stuff. And then I'm like, okay, let me apologize, and then, like, offer to clear things up, and he just ignored me, and I found out from somebody else that he doesn't want to ever talk to me. I'm like, okay, fine.
What a jerk.
Alex Ashford says he also blocked me on Discord because I keep asking about production questions instead of actual show questions. I mean, look,
really?
He's talked like he knew stuff about the productions of shows and the Blu-rays and stuff, but then anytime you ask him about details or like want to find out more or anything, he just gets like super cagey, and I'm like, why are you saying it? You know, if you don't want people asking you questions about it, don't say it in a public forum.
Exactly.
That's rule number one. I have nothing against the guy because I never personally talked to him, but I'm not gonna promote anything. If you guys ever know that I don't use Sci-Fi Japan articles, it's why. It's petty, sure, but I don't know.
Hey,
it's petty, but what else am I gonna do? I'm not opening myself up for another conversation like that.
Imagine Infinite. Imagine Yu-Gi-Oh! Complete Blu-ray series with every episode movie, Toei anime because that's Season Zero, and a Ultima Millennium Puzzle and Yu-Gi deck.
I think that would require the cooperation of 7 different companies to just release it in Japan, so probably not. The guy does not work for Mill Creek, by the way, guys. He just works for Sci-Fi Japan and was consulted on stuff, which is why he doesn't know a lot of stuff. But he spoke on the behalf of Mill Creek enough that I thought he knew stuff. So, anyways, Star Wars. God, it is a slow news week.
Star Wars, all about Star Wars.
The SH Figuarts Qui-Gon Jinn Phantom Menace 25th Anniversary Edition. If you have to come up with the grips of realization that Phantom Menace came out 25 years ago, so do I. Or, no, I got that backwards. If I have to come with grips of it, so does everyone else. Jerry, do you remember when Phantom Menace came out? Because I do.
Yes, I do. I was 10. I still have my toys.
I was 4. I still have my toys.
I was a zygote.
I played, and I had the PS1 game.
Oh, is that the one
terrible.
Was
that the one you could kill everybody?
Can you play? That was the one that you could play. There was a couple of them, right? There was one you could play as Plo Koon. I remember. His orange lightsaber.
There was one that was just like supposed to be based off the movie, and then there was the power battles.
Yeah.
Which was just fighting.
I miss old Star Wars. I miss old Star Wars games.
So this one doesn't come with a swapping torso for Maul stabbing him, but good idea, Infinite.
I also have my little cheap lightsaber, but yeah.
Muteki says, "Sound, is it true you need to have a lot of hate to survive getting stabbed by a lightsaber?" I really want to clear this up. Okay, not to get on a soapbox. I need a tag. I need to add a tag for soapbox. People are like, "Oh, Qui-Gon died while getting stabbed, and all these other people didn't die while getting stabbed." Qui-Gon was the only one that got stabbed through the spine. Everybody else got stabbed to the left or right into like an organ, okay? Sabine, Reva, like whoever, like Grand Inquisitor, they all got stabbed slightly off center. Maul was pretty good at stabbing. He went straight to the middle, like it hit Qui-Gon's spine. He was toast, okay? Alright, anyways. This figure comes with a new cloth robe, updated face printing, and a wiggly lightsaber effect. They have like these little white wavy things.
So is it the actual womb effect?
It's like a womb effect. I think they look like they're twirling their lightsabers like LED sticks at a J-pop concert. Anyways, they're also re-releasing Maul with a cloth cape, and he comes with a probe droid and stuff. I'm just saying this because I don't know if anybody even cares that much in the chat. I don't feel like digging up the Tamashi pages just for this. Sorry, that's some professionalism. Also, they're reissuing Rey, even though you can still get her for less than retail on most websites. And you can get
people join the membership for sounds professional streaming.
Next week will be better, guys. I promise. This Maul release can split his body in half because he does have a ball joint at the waist, I believe. I have the original one. I think you can do that. You should be able to split him in half.
Maul to split. Is there ever been an action figure where the action figure split Maul in half?
Yep. They're Power of the Jedi right after Phantom Menace. He had a magnet in his waist. Yeah, they were doing that. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, Rey's so available that it doesn't seem like they needed to reissue her, because they didn't change anything either. It's not like they updated her. Luke's been out for a while, so that was good to reissue him. And they're also reissuing Episode 1 Obi-Wan, which, makes sense. So, there you go. Figure arts for Star Wars. They finally came back. I think you can still get Rey on Amazon US even for like $50. All right, time for me to complain again.
That's what we've been doing.
I know we've been doing that. Fair warning, the next section's spoilers for Blazar. Blazar's getting a new form. Sort of. It's like an armor form.
Sort of.
Oh.
I really like.
Yeah, there's the Fardran, which is this thing that turns into... It's a cute little kaiju thing. It turns into a sword attachment for the Tilsonite sword. and it apparently gives some cool new powers. I think this is neat. I hate that the stone is locked to this toy, though, because Blazar had been pretty good about giving the stone. Like, you didn't need to buy the Tilsonite sword to get the stone for the Tilsonite, so the Garamon stone. It came in a set. So why is this included with the thing? Because
I guess because it's Blazar's quote-unquote final form.
I guess, but the thing is that like it should have just been in a set like the Tilsonite sword was, because it's not like this toy can use the stone. This toy doesn't use the stone at all. It just, so it's kind of a weird thing. Blazar KFC form. But anyways, if that's not your jam, here's the Ultra action figure release of the form, which comes with the sword, and the other piece can detach from it, and it comes with the effect for the rainbow spinny wheel of death. Because I can't be bothered to remember names right now, apparently. Yeah.
That's really cool.
But it's cool that the weapon is a 2-in-1 thing going on here.
The fact that we're getting to the point where Ultra Activators finally come with their accessories finally.
Right?
Poor orb origin.
Yeah, I think the effect here comes with a stand, is what it looks like. There's a little stand to hold the effect up. And then also there's going to be a reissue of Jeed and Belial, now with weapons, in a 2-pack. So yeah, Jeed.
Orb Origin's finally gonna come with his sword eventually.
Yep. So they're doing better with this line. I think they're cool.
Honestly, seeing them in a 2-pack really kind of gives cadence to these might come out of the US eventually, because Japan doesn't really do 2-packs like this.
Supposedly, we're doing Ultraman toys next year from Bandai America, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was like gearing us up for that. So
yeah, because Japan doesn't really do 2-packs. Like this from
very uncommon.
They don't.
All
it's
right,
a very America doing thing.
Ultraman Blazar Stone Set 7, the new generation set that includes. Oh, I can't even tell who these are. We got Zero Beyond. We've got the storage one, which is not just Avenger. He's the poster child, but it has all the storage robots in it. And then Ginga Victory, Orb Spacium Vaporeon, Trigger Sky-type, and Regulus. So
good luck trying to figure out which trigger form is by not just the color.
Yeah, if you're colorblind, I apologize, because yeah,
I don't think Trigger's head changed that much in his other forms.
So Jerry, I got a question for you.
All right.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Oh boy.
Answer seriously.
The answer is the Ultraman Blazar egg.
Oh yeah. More egg action.
The Ultraman eggs are back, and they made a Blazar.
Oh, they've been back for a while.
They've been reissuing a lot lately, so this is like the first. I think this is like.
I think it's not reissuing, but redoing, because it's a new mold.
Yeah,
they have elbows now.
They're called, but yeah, I think it's the first one in the Return of line that's like new. Right, I think
make a fishing pole that's Blazar.
It looks
inspired.
the fact
we need a Blazar fishing pole. That'd be great.
It's less of with all the hinges and such opposability, it's less of an egg and more just a shape.
It looks like. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Cool. That's the Ultraman toys news for the. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot one. Whoops, there were 2 more. I apologize. I was like, that's all it for Ultraman. Nope, there was 2 more. I just didn't load them. Do you guys know that there are other Ultraman toys besides what we just looked at? All right. There is Ultra Monster Series Zangief. He's cool. Look at him. Isn't he neat? More on him next week. Or this week's episode, I think. Ultra Monster Series 207 Zuzugan. Big old
Look at that thing.
Look at that thing. Like we have such deep commentary.
Wait, guys.
Yes.
Wait, guys. We got a live strike update.
Live strike update? Tell me more.
I'll put in the chat.
Did SAG post something here?
Yes, it's from Discussion Film, which is they sourced it from SAG.
They sourced it from SAG. I'm gonna go look up the SAG account right now. We got live strike updates. This is exciting. Let's see. 6 minutes ago. Here we go. All right. Boop boop. Boop boop de doop. Live strike update. Probably have more to say about this here. All right. This morning, our negotiators formally responded to the AMPTP's last, best, and final offer. That's the thing that the studios did with the writers that didn't get them anything besides the writers going, you need us. So please No, every member of our TV negotiating committee is determined to secure a right deal. So they said there are several essential items in which we still do not have an agreement, including AI. We will keep you informed as events unfold in solidarity and gratitude. So yeah, the basically they have looked at the response of what the AMPTP has said as their last offer, and they're like, yeah, we need better. So this is going to keep going on for a while. It's going to go on as long as it takes. And for people that keep pressuring them to make a deal with concessions, no, it's not. We shouldn't make concessions over the AI stuff. Studios are getting real scary with that.
Legit.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like to me, though, it sounds like to me the residuals, the pay stuff, all that's been kind of sorted out. That AI is the thing that they're stuck on the most.
Yeah, like it's getting to the point with AI where freaking YouTubers are making AI train AI to make factories of your YouTubes. It's like God, it's getting
really out of hand, and especially because studios want to essentially eliminate background actor as a job. Because what they want to do is hire a background actor, scan them, and then never use them again, and just use their digital double all the time.
Take a look at that weird new Disney high school movie with the background actors.
Yeah. I saw that months ago, and I was like, "Why is no one talking about this?" I'm glad people are now.
I'm glad people are, because that's and the Nicolas Cage. Speaking of Nicolas Cage, I should have had this as a news topic. He talked about his cameo in The Flash, and he said, "When I filmed it, I was just standing there watching the world be destroyed in horror, and I did some really incredible face acting, and then I went and watched the movie, and for some reason I was fighting a giant spider."
But which it was funny. You mentioned that. I don't think his face even moved in that movie.
Exactly. They didn't even, because he was going to be de-aged, like he knew he was going to be de-aged for the cameo as Superman in The Flash, but he did not shoot an action scene with a giant spider. They just did that on their own with his face, and he's like, I didn't feel good about that. AI is a treacherous thing towards all acting, is what he said. So
why do you get Nick Cage to actually act and not do anything with it?
Exactly.
Especially for a role, especially for a character he loves so much.
Yeah, and no, it's ridiculous. Infinite says AI is all well and good until it starts going all Skynet and starts popping out Sentinels. Yeah, well, Hollywood's starting to build Skynet right now because studio executives don't watch movies, despite all these movies telling you about how bad it is to have AI running things, including Space Jam 2: A Linear Legacy. That was also a anti-AI movie, based on true things. People were like, "It's crazy that Warner Brothers would make a movie where the villain is the AI." Is an AI that decides what movies Warner Brothers makes, except that's actually a thing they've had for years. Muteki says, can't people sue The Flash for not asking permission? Yeah, probably through SAG when this is all done. Because the movie came out during the strike stuff, so it's like, yeah. So anyways.
Go watch Blue Beetle.
Go watch Blue Beetle instead. Moving on. Ultra Soft Vinyl Series Ultraman Blazar Battle Set. Once again, another 2-pack. We got, basically, this is Doga Barga, is a deluxe size.
The Starro.
The Starro, yeah. And then it comes with Blazar and the Tilsonite sword. And so it's a new 2-pack with the deluxe size. Because I think they released this guy as a regular vinyl before, but now he's a deluxe vinyl. LPH says, how long until we have AI in the government? They're currently debating right now.
Who said they aren't now?
I mean, who said they aren't now? But like, they're debating the ethics of AI right now, in the U.S. government at least. Oh, Mutaki watched Blue Beetle. I'm happy to hear that because Blue Beetle's great. And then the other Blazar toys for the Super Motion Alpha Ultraman 7 and Converge Motion Ultraman 8 previously had mystery figures, and the mystery figures were the Farjon armor for Blazar. So there's the candy toy figure that looks really freaking good because these candy toy figures are amazing somehow. And then the Converge figure, which also looks good. So these are the others in the sets, but those are the 2 mysteries that they finally revealed. To come, we just saw the SAG responding to the final offer thing just about a minute ago. So yeah. Also, yeah, the Matrix. The Matrix is another good example.
The Matrix is just this the AI stuff, but 10 years, 20 years ago.
Exactly. The thing is, I would say this is my thing, is like, anytime you hear a studio executive saying we should replace people with AI, you should force them to sit down and watch Terminator 2. And then have a discussion afterwards about what they learned.
It just that scene of Sarah Connor turned to a skeleton.
Yep. All right. The second Shochaku Henshin Gotchard release is here. Yeah, that's right. I said second. The Mechaniker and Lightning Jungle. This is his new big beefy robot forms.
They love doing these. They love doing them.
Kei Nishimura says problem. They all probably watch Terminator 2. You'd be surprised. It seems like none of the current studio executives actually watch movies because they don't understand.
I'm like, what do you do?
Right?
Again, then they tell the writer, then they tell the writer or producer of Secret Invasion not to read the comic.
Yep.
Do they not have fun, or is their fun just golf?
I think their fun is golf and
money,
oppressing people with money. Yeah. Hold them hostage and make them watch T2. Yeah, and then make them write a paper on it afterwards, like I did in high school.
And then also the post short circuit.
Yes. Also, this becomes the bike. I think the bike becomes the armor, and so then the bike is also available through this. I like how we're just talking about stuff, and I'm just flipping through Gotchard pictures. I don't know why I necessarily put this in as a news topic. It's I don't.
I mean, if I like the show more, I like these more because I'm a big fan of armor toys like this, but like I don't care for the show.
Yep, these look neat. Infinity War Torn, perfect example. Matrix Resurrections is proof executives don't watch their movies. Yeah,
is that the fourth? That's
the fourth Matrix. Literally, the villains of the movie are Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers are the villains of the movie, and their executives' exact words that were said in meetings to Lana Wachowski were put in as dialogue for the villains. And that movie came out, and they didn't stop it or anything. And it's like, that's very clear that executives do not pay attention to the things they release.
People hate on that movie too much. I think
that movie is brilliant. That is a brilliant movie.
That scene, that film, I think for me the whole segment of Tom in the real world talking and like his I think that whole moment was just Ronald Wachowski just reflecting on their life of directing and making that whole segment's like some of my favorite movie stuff ever.
Yeah, the thing is, the biggest thing is I think the two disconnects with the Matrix Resurrection. God, I'm going back into soapbox territory. The other thing we talk about is Gotchard toys. But anyways, the thing is that the fourth Matrix film is, your enjoyment of it is reliant on how much do you hate Warner Brothers, because you can relate to it instantly. How much do you know about like the behind the scenes business, and then also I think the biggest disconnect for people between the original trilogy and this one was the fact that the original Matrix trilogy has a lot of subtle trans storytelling themes, whereas the ones in Resurrections are more pointed and noticeable. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So, I think that also is why some of the reaction happened the way it did. But no, Matrix Resurrections I still think is like... I still think the first one is the best, but Resurrections for me is tied with Reloaded because of how layered and deep and brilliant it is, and how it evolved its story forward to reflect our modern day. In the way that like the Matrix reflected our modern day back in its original trilogy.
If you like Matrix, I'm not sure you've seen Gridman Universe yet, but you like Matrix Revolution, you might like Gridman Universe a lot.
Probably will. I mean, there's a high chance I'm gonna like Gridman Universe. I like pretty much all the Gridman stuff. All right, there's these Gotchard Soto figures.
Oh man, I love Soto.
It's funny. It's called Gotchard Series 2, I think, and it's like one Gotchard form, Kurogane Spanner's form, and then two Geats figures, because that's
catch up.
They're always catching up. And that looks neat.
Oh, okay.
Aren't these stuff cool? Guys, I'm struggling for news topics.
Hey, look at that one.
Infinity War Torn, sorry to distract. It's just nuts to how disconnected the people greenlighting movies are from the movies that greenlight. Exactly. I 100% agree. It's the reason why the strikes are still going on, It's because they're so disconnected from reality and like from what they're actually doing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Not quite Jet Jaguar yet. We're getting there. If you're wanting King Kyoryujin in mini-plot form, you can get the set that is Gabutira plus the 4 shoe gods that make King Kyoryujin.
No Tricera or
no Drakera, no
Ego.
Stagochi. Yeah, you just get T-Rex, and then you get repeats of these 4, and it's premium Bandai. So yeah,
And they didn't they still have a 6 head thing on the mini flaw. Oh,
no,
my
they didn't.
goodness.
They're because that's accurate to the animation model.
Oh, really?
They added the head to
really?
the new animation model for Gabutyr, yeah.
To make it toy accurate,
Yep,
I guess.
to make it toy accurate. Oh, that's right. There is a premium
funny,
edition of the Soto set. Doesn't that come with cards or something? And paint?
Probably.
All right, Mofoon's next. This was asked to be added. Mofoon, limited to 300 pieces, is the premium Bandai full-size Mofoon. Okay? So there's Mofoon from King Oger.
Isn't this the friend
This
of
is Rita's
the
friend
season?
from King Oger.
Rita. Yeah.
Right, Jerry?
Plushie.
Yeah.
Yep.
And look at the size. There is an adult woman next to the Mofoon. So, yeah, it's like 4 feet tall. It's amazing. It is plushy. It is soft. Mofoon will be your friend. Tell Mofoon all the secrets of your diplomatic efforts in your kingdom. Releasing in February. It's amazing. This comes out in February. Like, we have P Bandai toys that are coming out in a year, but this is like February. Limited 300 pieces. 119,000 yen. That's roughly $750 US. And there is a website you can buy this from for in the US who is charging a lot more than $750 because I imagine the shipping on this thing is probably a nightmare. This is great.
Have you guys seen that giant seal plush where it's like a beanbag chair, pretty much?
It pretty much is like that, except I think a little bit bigger. I'm impressed they made it, but yeah, they're smart to do just 300. Psychos wants a life-size Lovekov. Soulman wants Keikira's lawn toad. I want a Digimon plush that's this big. Like, give me a life-size. Give me a life-size Cyberdramon plush.
Oh God, is the Puchia life-size or no? I think it's slightly smaller. Right?
The one I have is slightly smaller. Yeah. Ooh, a life-size Guilmon would be about this size. Yeah.
Oh God.
I would like a giant
No, what about life-size Saber's Agumon? He's a big boy.
I would like, life-size Saber's Agumon would be great.
He's a big boy. I want life-size Gamamon, so I can defeat all the champion.
We need life-size Gamamon needs to happen. He carried that whole show on his shoulders.
He did.
Speaking of Digimon, oh God, JoJo starts at life-size Greymon. All right, now chill out. Go back. This is the go back button. Nope. We are not doing the 10-foot tall dinosaur.
What has science done? War Greymon. Okay, depends on which War Greymon, because War Greymon's size keeps changing.
This is true.
Depending on the media.
Let's see. Is that the woman from the show? No, that's just a random model. All right. The Digimon Pendulum Color 3 Nightmare Soldiers had its lineup revealed. Not Mega Gargomon Psychos. That's the size of the Empire State Building. Nightmare Soldiers got its roster revealed. This is like, hey, look, it's dark stuff and fusions and Jogresses. The big news is that we're getting a brand new Digimon named Callusmon. He looks scary. He looks like
he looks like a platformer boss from the like a
Mega Man boss.
Game. Maverick, for Mega Man X, or I see like a Klonoa enemy from this.
That Klonoa definitely. Infinite says War Greymon or Blitz Greymon, Shine Greymon. I'm gonna be picky and pick Shine Greymon.
I saw Massey. Is this the first time Mastymon's in a V-Pet?
Mastimon has not been in a V-Pet before. I think this is their first time. You can Jogress with the Nature Spirits one. Because if you use Lady Devamon from Nightmare Soldiers and Anjouamon from Nature Spirits, you can get Mastimon.
So, wow, look at that screen, huh?
Yeah. I love the colors.
That's so much clearer than my old one from 3rd grade, which I still have.
Yeah. And they redid the sprites too. They didn't just colorize them, but they actually redid them a little bit. And this is Volto Bautamon, who's been in other stuff before, but he's like a pirate vampire. You guys are getting crazy with the life-size plushes.
Well, the Angelo. That's a different type of pillow.
Yeah.
For Angelomon.
Soulman says
Lord.
we watched the Clockmon episode of my University Anime Club last week for Halloween. That's awesome because that episode's great for Halloween. Nubusmon's also in this.
I mean, any episode
Noble
Ghost Game's good for
Punkmon.
Halloween.
Yeah, yes, almost any episode of Ghost Game. The Pumpkinmon one's crazy. And then also there will be the Lugamon line. It's the good ending Lugamon line where it goes from Lugamon to Lugarmon to Solo Lugarmon to Fenrir Lugamon, but not like the Darkness line.
Yes, I think it's the first time where
Lex
I think I like.
Lugerman?
I think it's I think it's the first time where I think I like the Ultimate better than the Mega, and I like the Ultimate for Lugermon a lot.
There's
Lugermon.
a couple Digimon that I'm like that, where I like the Ultimate more than the Mega.
I'm like that with Were-Garurumon. I prefer Were-Garurumon to Metal Garurumon.
I like it.
Jellymon.
I love
that's
Amphimon.
I
love
don't hate her
Amphimon.
Mega, but I like her Ultimate more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tessamon's great.
For the sake of like fan art not getting out of control, I'm glad that Amphimon was like Mecha Girl instead of another Squid Girl.
Squid Girl, yeah. My theory on Amphimon is it's
like Overman King Gainer.
Yeah. My theory for Amphimon it's a suit, and inside the helmet it's just her little jellyfish form piloting like a mech inside the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
That's my theory for Amphimon.
Okay, that sounds adorable actually.
I like that a lot. I want artwork of that. That'd be great. Also, Fenrir Lugamon, this is like, it's not like news, but like, I love that it's a wolf with a giant burning cape and like thrusters. But it is really funny that we went from like Lugarmon is bipedal to quadruped to a biped to a quadruped again. It's kind of like it's the same way that Garurumon, Were-Garurumon, and
Garurumon, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What I think.
Infinite says, Big Bang question time. How does Magna Angemon and Angemon's helmets work? How do they see?
Magic.
They're angels.
Well, they're digital too,
they're
so
digital.
maybe they see like the code, like you guys talking about Matrix earlier.
Yeah,
that's what they see, Matrix code.
They see. Yeah, I agree. That actually sounds great. Matrix code. That's a really good explanation.
You want to get technical. Lobomon / Wolfmon for Frontiers. If you think about his design, you look how his eyes are, and you think that's his actual eyes. His eyes are really far apart. Then if that's a helmet.
That's true. Peacemaker says they have sight beyond sight. Digimon Kamen Rider crossover would be so cool.
It's called Ken and Stingmon at the end of 02.
I know we need that as a whole thing because like
Bandai toy crossover Digimon and.
I mean, there's the Tamagotchi Kamen Rider thing with who's it, and then such.
We should, there should be like they should have made dim cards compatible with each other so you could have like Digimon fight Kamen Rider. All right, we got like 3. Yeah, let's just do 3 more news topics. I don't feel like doing too much of this Bandai stuff, but we got 3 more. Let's go for it. First up, they're doing a new Mogura from SH Monster Arts. That's it. That's the news.
There you go.
Alex Ashburn, I'm back. I realized I left. I didn't want to see any spoilers for Ultraman Blazer. Totally fair. Good call. That's why I gave the little warning. But anyways, Mogura's coming to SH Monster Arts. It's cool. Cool. That's it on that.
No, the true. But we don't care about him. We care about the true hero.
We gotta care about the true hero, the one who needed it. The SH Monster Arts Jet Jaguar 1973.
Jaguar!
Look at him. He just had his cool new short that came out, and now we got a monster art of him coming. Again, no details yet. They just were like, it's coming, so we should hear soon. But he looks good.
Look at him.
I love Jet Jaguar. I love the new short. I was annoyed that it took Toho 48 hours to upload it to their YouTube channel in high quality.
Was it nice to see Suits again?
Yes. I will legitimately say this. Like, I love the recent Godzilla films, but the Godzilla vs. Hedorah, Godzilla vs. Gigan, and Godzilla vs. Jet Jaguar shorts are my favorite Godzilla action in movies since Final Wars. Because they're suits. Anytime it's CG, no matter what they do, no matter how cool it gets, it's not as exciting for me as seeing actual suits.
Was it I forget which one was it where I think it was was it Mogura, or was it which one did he use the kick again?
That was the Godzilla vs. Megalon one, which I also did enjoy.
Yeah.
That was CG monsters though, so I didn't enjoy it as much. Yeah, it's been 50. Yeah, it's been like 50 years since his original movie, and there is a short now. If you go look it up, Godzilla versus Jet Jaguar 2023. It's great. I love it. You know, next year they're doing a Destroy All Monsters short, so that's going to be kind of crazy. Well, I'm sure we'll do a Mechagodzilla anniversary thing
I
too.
would say about -1.
Yeah,
I do love the Dulcro plates coming out when he does that Atomic Blast. That's
yeah,
really cool.
I like stuff like that. And it's like, you know, I love like the MonsterVerse. You know, I love some of the other stuff, but it's like practical suits will always excite me more for kaiju stuff than CG. It just always will be a thing. Not to say that like, you know, the story's not good, because the storytelling is great in a lot of the recent films, but when it comes to the physical, like which action do you prefer? I prefer the suit action over CG any day. Even bad suit action, I think, is better than CG action. That's my thing. The anniversary that's coming up for Mechagodzilla is the original, not Kiryu yet. But could they give us a Kiryu short for the? I gotta stop thinking now. I'll set myself up for disappointment. Jojo Star says, "God, could you imagine if we got Devilman SHF with the goat legs?" Yeah, I can, but like,
didn't they do a Devilman? That was more.
They only did the
Devilman.
Toei Devilman twice, and then nothing else, and it annoys the crap out of me because I don't like Toei Devilman. All right, so.
Well, I like Toei Devilman as a design as a classic cheesy superhero, but not like
I don't like it as a Devilman. Mike Gein and Black Gein.
Mike Gein.
Yeah, Mike Gein. There's new Super Mini Plot or Shogoken modeling project. Mike Gein sets.
Can you tell us?
I think that's the, but it's just the base robot. I don't think he combines those with the big robot.
Yeah,
right?
These are variants of like the base robot, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not the, but still anything Mike Gein. I'm just like
anything Mike Gein.
I'm fine. I just got to see more non-Galgagar Brave.
I haven't seen Mike Gein, but I'm assuming Black Gein is like the evil clone.
He's an evil clone, but he's actually really good on the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he's a precious boy.
What Dark Claw said, I was gonna say, it was like, yes, but no.
I see what this is. The inner robot that combines with the others is that one on the left with like the stick legs and everything. This is
that's where only the transform. That's where
right.
The combined
it's like the Dagwon. The Dagwon did this, where they had the transforming car and then the actual robot car as like separate.
I think that's a good way to do stuff like that, just so you don't have to, because it turns out because good old side shifting. I think wasn't that
good luck with your essay writing, Kei Nishimura. Yeah,
isn't that what people are theorizing with Tidal Wave?
Yeah,
Tidal Wave,
that it would be something like that, where there's two different versions.
Yeah, it's good.
The one on the left is the one on the left here is not the deluxe. That's the Super Mini Plot, because it says it down here. Mm-hmm. Or the Shogoken. I'm never going to get used to Shogoken modeling project.
It's hard to say. Yeah,
they look great. They look really great. So that's pretty much the news, guys. I don't think there's anything else I really care about talking about. Let's see. Infinite says if Zilla Jr. for the anime series joined the MonsterVerse, would they have to size him up, buff his atomic fire and durability to have him stand a chance against the other Titans? Probably. I think anybody entering the MonsterVerse needs to get buffed up. It's like you're required to hit the gym if you join the MonsterVerse. So it's a requirement, right? It's like joining the MCU. You got to hit the gym.
Or that, or get big, or for Godzilla, dick dice.
Yep. Small Dream says, I think they've done literally everything at this point, which is why they're doing stuff like this. Yeah, I think they did all the Mike Gein stuff at this point. I still want more Dagwon. Like, where's Dag Base? Where's Shadow Dagwon? Liner Dagwon? Like, where's the other Dagwons?
Can they safely do Dag Base without Takara getting on their asses?
I don't know. I don't see Transformers doing a new Grandus.
I want that to be the next Haslab.
I mean, then I can customize it into Dag Base, so we're good.
No, the clever thing is the designers hid a Dag Base like optional parts to it, but don't say what it's for.
They're like alternate unused concept, and it's just the Dag Base parts. That'd be hilarious. I'd buy two.
It's so weird they haven't done a new 6-shot. Yeah, I saw. I saw someone post a photo of all the Victory toys, and I'm so surprised they have never done a new 6-shot / 8-shot in WFC.
I feel like we will get a new 6-shot later down the line because it's complicated.
Yeah, I imagine. Will you be commander? Will you be a commander class now?
Yeah, he'd have to be commander, and I think that'd make him better too.
Yeah, instead of leader.
Better.
Yeah.
Small Dream says they did the Might Guy stuff that's based directly on Diantlus and Sonic Bombers. So, and I'm like, okay, well there we go.
Yeah, but yeah, okay.
I do want him to go back to the Dagwon line because I have the first two. I have Fire Dagwon, Power Dagwon.
I mean, it'd be really funny if they whenever they do X Kaiser, because the villains of X Kaiser are literally just the Dinobots,
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm curious if they'll ever do that, because maybe you can get away with those ones, but the villains of Might Guy, and X Kaiser are literally the Dinobots.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Titan's Return was the last 6 shot we got. I'm a Ben 10 fan of.
I'm a big fan of the franchise.
I stopped at Omniverse, if I'm going to be honest. And I mean,
that's the last series. That's the last Prime series.
Well, the thing is, I didn't. When I say stopped at Omniverse, I say I watched 1 episode and then gave up.
It gets
I never
better
watched all of it. I was so thrown off by the style change. I was just like.
It gets better. It gets better after season 1. I'll say that.
Yeah, I got so thrown off. The thing was, I think I got tired because Ultimate Alien was good, but it was exhausting.
It is. I love Ultimate Alien so much.
It's just everything. It's so long. It's not even that many episodes, but just feels like everything was long. It was just. I think because we had that tone shift between Ben 10 and Alien Force, and then Ultimate Alien is just more Alien Force.
Oh, you mean how Cartoon Network screw over Dwayne McDuffie and crew to make Ben's personality more like his classic self? Yep.
And so then Omniverse comes in, and then it just like swerves, and it's just like it slaps you in the face. And it's like, whoa, okay, what?
Okay, because it's meant to be a fresh start. Because Cartoon Network wanted to have a fresh start for newer audiences.
I didn't like breaking up the trio either.
But Rook's great. I'll say Rook. I'll say one that you miss. You have Omniverse is Rook. He's a great character. And I'm like one of the few people that really likes the reboot because I accepted his own thing. What about Generator Rex? Generator Rex is fantastic. I just wish Cartoon Network released reboot. I just wish Cartoon Network released that damn show.
I think they tax wrote it off though.
Went over my head. Although I did see a little bit of that show.
I enjoyed that. I did see the crossover.
Jeremy Carr, what's your favorite Metal Hero series, and why is it just Beyond?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't finished a Metal Hero series. The only one I started watching was Jiraiya, gave up around episode 20, and then said, alright, I'm just gonna wait till all the Metal Heroes subbed and then just start from the beginning and go through all of them, and I haven't done that yet.
Watch Gavin, watch Shider, watch Just Beyond, watch XC Draft, Soul Brain.
B-Fighter.
I like Just Beyond. I like G-Bon. I did really like G-Bon when I seen of it.
Yeah. Is there a Ben 10 box set?
Nope. Play that game.
Nope, because Warner Brothers hates physical media of their cartoons.
Cartoon Network hates physical media of their cartoons. Let's be specific. Because Warner Brothers has done a good job with other properties, but like Cartoon Network shows now. The Ultimate Alien and Alien Force were in all these 3-episode volumes. It's like a whole
volumes, which I hate.
Yeah, they're all packed in storage somewhere because I don't have them. Let's see. Jojo Star says, imagine we got the last few seasons of Spectacular Spider-Man. What we got was so good, I would imagine it had to be great. Alex Ashbourne, is it possible if you decide to make a Pokemon viewing guide? That's going to be a future discussion.
It's called Watched Anime. Well, are you talking about anime games or which?
Again, it would be if you want me to see it, we're gonna have to do more stuff with the channel memberships. It's good because I have not kept up with it, so it's hard to do. Psycho O's, remember Fi's Blade, Kabuto, and Ghost. I don't want to watch anything but Kabuto. All right.
Kaos, Kamen Joe is asking us to make Soundout a Yakuza fan.
Well, that's Soundout.
Yes.
They're cheap. Buy the games, and then live stream them to me.
just to Kaos. The Kaos exclusive stream. Yeah, Subuteki says we tried, but Sound refused to get a dragon tattoo on his back. Yeah, it's true.
No,
that was the line I couldn't cross, guys.
We'll get Cobra, and then
there's no changes in Pran.
I've learned all the words to Baka Mitai at this point, though. Yeah, because it's in Sama de Amigo Party Central, and I've played it a bunch of times.
You know what's funny? Since you could play 7 right now and not be lost.
Toya the comp Sound has plans for a Transforming one, but there is a Star Trek viewing guide on it.
There is. It is. My mom helped me out with that because she is the one that brought me into Star Trek. She's also the one that brought me into life, so it's it's a 2-for-1.
Santa, oh yeah, you're kidding. When Santa was born, he had a tricorder already in his hand.
Basically, here it is right here in case you're looking for it to come with Star Trek 1. It was right between Kamen Rider Tycoon and Shine Greymon. Go watch it; it's really great. It's like the least. It's sadly the least viewed of the viewing guides. So like, go give it some love. We worked hard on that one. That was tricky. Star Trek is massive. It was really hard boiling that all down.
Well, yeah. I mean, how many years?
58.
Alex asked for is the Star Wars viewing guide possible? If we just it'd probably stick with like.
It would have to be. I would just do screen content. I wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, screen content.
Because I couldn't just do contact. I can't do like. I can't do all canon Star Wars because it's just too much. SSJ4 Jason says, imagine the next MK Legends film was centered around the Special Forces. It should. Like, it feels like it's their turn. We did a Donnie Cage. We did a weird Kenshi side thing. We did a Scorpion one. Like, we did one on the tournament. Where's the Special Forces one?
Do you remember the PS1 era?
Yes.
And they had those mythology games?
Yep.
Well, the next one was going to be a
Special Forces yeah.
Game.
Didn't they do a Special Forces game?
They did. I said Gundam,
and that was bad. And it's really bad.
Yeah.
Well, mythology wasn't great either because they kept the fighting game controls.
Mm-hmm. I still need to see the Johnny Cage film. I actually forgot to buy it.
You play mythology for his beautiful FMV cutscenes.
Infinite says, Soundout, will we ever learn the fate of the Enterprise E? I think we will eventually. Probably not in a TV show or a movie. Probably in like a comic book or something. IDW's current Star Trek comics are doing this crazy thing where they like mismatched characters together, like from different shows, and they're all like crossing over and they're all in the same crew. And they keep mentioning Picard, and it's like Worf, Crusher, and Data are on the Defiant or the Theseus. So it's like, I feel like they're maybe leading up to like what happened to the Enterprise E as like part of that or something. It's really strange. But then again, no, because it takes place before Nemesis, so that won't be it. They'd have to do it as like a separate comic then.
Jeremy Carr, do you collect Metacom Real Action Heroes? Are those like the Hot Toys? Or
those are the 1/6 scale Metacom things. They look nice, but I don't ever do them. I don't do 1/6 scale very often.
We were talking about that, weren't we?
Ghostbuster viewing guide. I mean,
maybe.
Did you say you want to do that?
Maybe. Let's see if there's actual buzz for the new movie because that's gonna it's gonna need a media tie-in push. If the new movie has like no buzz going into it, then it may not even be worth doing it. Because the thing is, the viewing guides on paper are a simple idea, but they take a long time to edit, especially with images. So, Ghostbusters, like Indiana Jones, where I worry about its viability as a video for how much work it's going to have to be.
I feel like Ghostbusters does more better than Indiana Jones because I just feel
it doesn't. It doesn't. It's kind of a mixed. It's again a mixed bag, and people get excited about Ghostbusters. People get really excited about Ghostbusters when there's something new. When there isn't something new, people just seem to ignore it.
Then the what's the Haslab proton the what was it
the Haslab
PKE
trap
meter?
And PKE meter is going really well, yeah. But that's also a starving fandom.
no, you do that video and all it is just Filmation's Ghostbusters.
That's a whole headache in and of itself because they only release part of it on DVD these days. Ghostbusters with the gorilla wouldn't be included because it's a different franchise. I would count the female Ghostbusters if I were going to do it, yeah. Infinite got the 30th anniversary Sentinel 4-inch Mega Man. That does look like a really nice figure.
I was going to get those, but I wasn't too big on the scale for them, and now Kobe-Kia is just releasing all of them, so I'm just going to collect those.
All right.
Will you include... Let's see.
Yeah.
Will you... I think that's...
I don't know, that's about it. How many people are still watching?
42!
How do we have 42 people here still, and I'm just rambling? Hey, we got 35 likes with 41 viewers. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, guys.
Well, just to remind everybody again, we have now channel memberships. If you want to join, hit the join button right next to the subscribe button.
The channel memberships are helpful because it's going to allow me to do kind of bigger, crazier things. Just the YouTube ad revenue, I'm kind of just like barely juggling things at times. The channel memberships really help, kind of boost us up a little bit further. And if you can help support directly through the channel memberships, we appreciate it. If you can't, just watching the videos, commenting, liking, all that stuff is also very helpful.
If you're curious, we have a $1 tier known as the Sound Squadron Rookies. You get loyalty badges, custom emotes to use in the chat, name in the credits, member-only polls, and special Discord rules on the Sound Discord protocol. Link in the description below. We have a $3 tier known as the Soundout Squadron Commander. You have access to select videos, member-only live streams, and member shoutouts. And then for $5, you get the Sound Squadron Captain. You get a shout out every video and connecting on social media.
And as we get more members, we can expand the offerings as well. This is kind of like our tier 1. We're starting things out. We may add more tiers in the future. Also add more perks as we get more members. So all good stuff. See you later, Kamen Jojo. I forgot to say.
But T, the Ultraman DLC for Gigabyte comes out Wednesday.
Yeah. Let's see. Alex Ashmore says the 4th character is Chimera. Confused me because we don't got Tiga. Honestly, that's the thing. I think it's supposed to be her from Trigger, because that's the one they float out more. But if it's the one from Tiga, it would be weird.
Jeremy Carr, what tier gives 1 terabyte USB drive?
How much does a 1 terabyte USB drive cost? The one thing I do wish is you can't do custom tiers. Like someone can't just put in their own amount. I might be opening up like a Ko-fi page or something if anybody wants to donate directly to the thing without a recurring monthly thing. Okay, let's see. Muteki T says, if I lose at a court case and the judge determines what I owe and I still have to take the stand, can I still bash on the judge? No.
You're getting prison.
Psycho says channel memberships will help Soundout get the Mofun plush. That's likely not happening.
That's where the Garo Ken.
The Garo Ken would be something. Also, I'm happy to see Infinity War Torn say we come for the rambles. I appreciate it because I sometimes am like, wow, I made the show really bad because I just let us trail off. But if you guys like it,
this whole stream is just the rambles because it's such a small. Hey,
the doorbell rang for the 5th time during the stream.
I think that's time to end the stream. Then
Jerry, it's like Jerry's motorcycles and fire alarms all the time. Like I don't know why the doorbell keeps going off today. I'll go find out.
Never forget Ultraman.
Hey, the factory was there for 2 hours. Kind of concerning.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope you opened the door that I opened the door with today. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember how I opened the door, good. If not, I'll tell you after.
Soulman got the CSM Sun driver. That's pretty exciting.
Nice. Hey, welcome
Axel Ranger. What's the Kamen Rider Blu-ray news came in this video? Sorry, late. Sorry for asking. It's fine. If you can, once the stream ends, the replay will be available. You can go back and see it. But the basis of it is that we got confirmation that the Media Blasters release Kamen Rider Shin, Zeto, J, First and Next are coming. They will be hitting up, they said early 2024, and they will be sold individually, not in a box set like they were previously announced. We'll have more details at the top of the show, so you can roll yourself back there once we end, because I think we're about to end Infinite. I don't want to say worst driver ever. Also, I think I did a tier list of Kamen Rider drivers. Go check that out, because I don't remember what I said was the worst. But all right, I think it's about time to wrap up for the week. We went up, a little over, but yeah, no problem, Axel Ranger. I hope you guys all had a good time here. Let's plug. It's plug time. I need to make a ramble time. I don't know, chat time is our ramble time, but Jerry, you're streaming tomorrow. Discuss.
King of Fighters 15.
Yeah. I'll be there. I'll be there. It'll be
talking
fun.
About video game news. There's actually
Tekken.
There's always video game news, if nothing else.
There's Tekken news, right?
Yes, there is.
Frenchman
voiced by a guy from Brotherhood of the Wolf and Ocean's 12.
So if you guys want to hear us talk about the French tomorrow, we'll be up for it.
Out of context. Sad moments.
Someone needs to make that compilation. That's not one of us that works on the channel. Ryan, you're on social media still, maybe? I don't know. Where are you
follow me at Darko643 on YouTube and Twitter. I do art commercials like the one you see this very channel. You want any? Feel free to DM me on either Twitter or Discord on the channel Discord protocol.
And as always, you can join the Discord. You can find me at social media at these links. I'm not posting as much there as I used to because I feel like every platform is like self-imploding these days. But you can always find me here on YouTube. So enjoy it. We will see you guys next week for another stream. Enjoy the videos coming this week. It should be some fun stuff. And yeah, we'll see you all next time on the Sound Stream.